enye sie wie nti akasa be ya ebeja ya mambe kwan na efefefe mame nchia owura opoku afrane opoku afrane so na no pe ya no so eye ne wofa ase a ye friend Claudia Otin ono so ye jane kwan ne wo mo eye bibia wo nkrahe ya na mo de emu no akokuma ase na wo ma de da no sabra me no ka se o GA properties wo new Achimota na de se ben Achimota DVL ho na wo mo adeda Claudia na anopai o mu ye wo fusun bibia wia o mo de emu no ekokuma ase na fe makopene kora bre santimantemu nti bobe santena se eye ene ya ewo ehonom na fe wo mo de anomnisi kasa nti owura Evans Otin Sapon anopai mema wo achi ema wo hyeden na owura Kojo Afrani Junior wonso mema wachi anopai ene eye mema mi bi awoda wanya mfie de okono 90 years wanyi ni pa na mema mi ameka na asemu yi no eye owura Anson Liberty Professionals boku no eye ono ne maame o maame ye me so me maame enti ene dei na Auntie Rosina Amoa Mrs Rosina Amoa ne wanyi fie duokono 90 years enti on behalf of miaminia Mr. Anson I Liberty Professionals wura ene abusuani nyina ye mountini kwa yesitena homa yensa wo de homa yensa na nyakopon enhyira papa enti ene ye be party ama ye maame nti wura so bebi obi anopai mo na abusuani nyina achi ene ye beba na maame ye di na woda no na efefefe mami nhyemini abakubi freno Dangote Uli Dangote Uli anopai me mo achi pa bro minum se bibia eboko nyakopon hyira wate yeso yonko pa bi nche unia ana so yonko bi che unia eno bi ne ye hu nti Dangote na pa bi a obi ya no me ma wachi me chia o na fe me ma me ba ko a ono won kra he ya anti comfort anti corny ma good morning ano pa bi jofo be kaminsa no mo se ma chia kakra ye nti mi so megai hu hia pa no pe abijafo a be kaminsa menomu ebedi nkomo no minifa so pe Mahmoud Kabori ene kasa edema omenso afo a ohwe kuayo ene asase ho ensam so Mahmoud na shefugu no ni din ena ho siesie no esepa ena bibenkum so Ebo Bokman Ebo oyemfantin ofigwe Kepo si fana gwa fana tin.
Metina Bakano.
I'm number first reach.
Metina Bakano. Zemi Bakano boy pa.
Bakano.
I'm sorry for me if you are the first in hunye Apple.
Apple no. Bakano.
Around the police station area.
Yeah. I see. Good. And I dia okano ho ono ba ku bi no yira ya minim say ye yinti no call you bi de minim na wasan ba. Bernard Owredu Donko oye lawyer ni na oka MPP communication team no nti ono MPP for na soma ne se womra na obesi ya na omanan na ofri akwatia mia menu akuma a wanya ne ba bi ko NS yakumi constituency eho na Bernard fi Bernard also happens to be ninu ya panso ne yakumi nti yago Bernard Kam nti anope mami fasa nkwanso na me ma yakumi ne yere titiru mano said wati ha maybe si ata wachi pa wati ya do se na ya do no nsi ya do sa pepepe nti abejafo mi nse na de kan ba na ebobo command na nka first no betena ha make friend say a movement for change member for movements for change but say na nti bio United Party anamusini na Ebo Bokman ana the post no emudu deputy communication director edema United Party enti wono eno no enti mamu nyina akwa ba bio
ye jodo
edema se no mumre ba ka boro bibia boko
ya mi odom aja
de radiase fugu na mu nso mu fugu mi wate Asempa na no pe ni momre.
Na Agya Kwabena.
Yes sir.
Ye ma me na knedu. Meti se obona baso. Odi abaso bo. Efi se even emremu no odi akoten. PNDC law 111
yeah.
Lawyer for mpanifo ni bi kire se ono no kire de ma ne kunu se fa ko ne nkoye Ghana mara. Efi se no susu se yesisi ma ache. Oba bi ni ku be bobra obewu no na busuafo
abeje japade ni nyina na oba na yembo.
Enti PNDC law 111 e ba ya nei sabio se mema to a omoyire no mu ene ye kase omo na ye nhwe first enhwe mu e wo japade anim ansa na ko even e maso no eye e ma me na knedo na odi makoti eno an osan di makoti ade be share constitution ni mu se wo ye be ma na se wo ye wela na woni oyire enete na mabobra untumi nye well se wo japade wa che wa ma ni bi emra no be kase da bi
okay
obehwe se oyira woni ne tidie untumi nyi obenya bi na be substantial so
okay
inti yema me na kunedu eni di mu akoti inti eye di atu ye nyina me say ne baba otoso me nsa na me classmate I was secondary school I friend Amina Rollins yes inti ye nyina na eye atu ye inti ma me ne de ye besu na che ne ye ha kakra ne say ase NDC for person mu gine boso enso wotiase mu yi ni mu ofiri mu ena say NDP for ye NDP na Ghana sport ayi enti NDC nyanhwehwe nimu no a omo yese omo no be di maami ayi otiase mo ye ne den muji maami free party muji cha
omo na yi
na ye nim ne esi ye ensem omo kan fa maami hu ene ade enti ene wa free ma munja magana fo ne yesu no besuan di kan asanteme ato aso in fact onu po san old achimotan maami no ko achimotan enti en old achimotan ko ye ni ben esense ne NDC for Agya yire mu deden oti ase den jam mo de ye no den na ye hu enti munjai san hwehwe nim nipa no tiase a mo fa ni die ese enfa ma nipa no ofiri mu wi a na afi na masoro regina deden eno mampani kan bi we kan bi oti ase ne den na mo ye
na ayi papa J se no ye NDC ni
papa J ni no numpo
nti ono o kan chinugu ye no sa ban o so sa bre no e na J ye na state
we free min kamba me say NDC amanyoko no omunja mfenimu no chimfo esi mfenimu ma miti asida na matwe na boss we aye ne basa owu ya mo na mo pese ye kase omunya akrom no beje nsa obode enye mo yi a NDP for any Ghana for ne asante for yi any yen old achimotans ye yi enti mo mpem ba bi ntina
yo come on
Agya Kwabena minim de ntia na emi nua
oh no cry na make
also change the bereaved but the dikama yema Ghana nyina yakọ sense ye kan Ghana ba mpenimfo a yema mekuna do Agya Rollins odi mu akotene senne omanu atime bedrum pempen so am ya benya chief justice bia no mu yema speaker of parliament bia o mu yema vice chancellor bia no mu yema vice president oyo ba na ejina susudua pa abrabo pa ene nkodin a e ma mekuna do Agya Rollins so boy ene esabia otwade to ho na omane yensa na ho se a man so to me ayobi having become the first female to have contested for presidency in this country alone actually say enye ma de nko ani mukase the ma betimi ascend to the highest office of the land there omuso betimi aboa oman ne nchechire ne nkanko enti onipa ba ko a wahye ye mamma nkran wahye ye wofa ase no nkran wahye ye yire no nkran wahye ye nua ma no nkran all these years say ene ontiase a ni se na yi ase da wase ye de ba ya manyosem emum no ye ka niema pa ewo no mu no de be sum na man na even though she might not be with us in physical human form but niema bi a was stand for I was say ye ma ene ye tena kosi awie esanse eno ne the surest way a ebetimi ame ye hunu say indeed she is gone but not forgotten and unti me de akwanya yi no mepese me de besre otumfo nyankopon ni nhira otumfo nyankopon ne bone fafire na asama do your man ampade a ene ye maame no okonko kan ye mpenimfo bi esusu se omo wo awurade ne zanifa so na owo de agya da ho ma nyina nti enyenyenyenye adase bo ada bi bedo a yeso ye kwakoka omo ho no omo na edi kan dia na ye ma omo damre fadue due ne amane hunu yesre osoro nhyira asomdue emma babia omo bia na nchiri manso emma nye nkranhyesem bia ya duri say the girl child can do say what man can do na abrokwasi say woman can do and even do it better yenyi wo mo achinye da enu te enye kutupa shem na ensho omu kutupa ensho wo mo den na say wusua de wo classroom a ababa wo mo wani nko wadi sua ho say wusua nsa no dwuma bi wo master bi nche afa ho brase ene de esua na sanse wiase de wo ye bia no say wo mo wani ko ho na wo de wakoma di akira the end product is abeso abapa abapa no so be di so emfa so pa yi pa enti Ghana ba pani wedi emaudue na menka se de na dagwa kufuado sanse na ye papa Rollins ye statement nti ofirimu wanka se oye party ya na party bi ogina asome ya amamre ne amane ma oman ni nyina share ye papa Rollins adimonyam no ye kra de etiri ye maame Kunadu Ajima Rollins what can the founding members of the NDC ho enti beyond the fact that she deserves a state barrier and a state funeral and all of that, as destiny will have it. Or free more brown, no other party or then sa chichiri a wabamu. Iti ni munyambi we are senior the beshenwa. Benjini say is out of place. It is right a step in the right direction. Chese okonko dena o sum pa. And no ni jina so the two. Badin na we dey abru badin po ye be hye na munyam ama ayense na ho amomo akan so sumsum pa hye pada wani motwe asasi so ene da kwa matemu ada
ne da se papa ene dia also dey asoso dia maye meko ebusu enchi bia na ebusu kakra obeka no na ye de no so asoso na ya so yensa so aka Professor Enoch Puku Entwi ono na oye Dean of Business and Communication Arts Academic City University na oye governance expert na dwumu papa to pani so abeka yensa Prof Akwaba
ijusiminia
na bia boko de
Yesu adom yemiesa
de wase Uncle Ibu
yes
na Kunadu briefly na fi
okay
enkona
na na tende da nyame na mo station bi nti mo so da maka fa na obi amakan oyo obi a mejimzi de se ka Ghana abakosam na ehwe besi akor anaso oba akora oginan zema mba wa Ghana ha menjinzi de ibinyo obi biara obotum na akade osun ma ono ye sende otunu husuo de obokwama mba ti on record maka de dem akwama nkroma ye pew ye mpew Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest president Ghana yenya damana hunde Nana Akufo-Addo so oye the greatest first lady Ghana yenya ehwe njuma oye wa Ghana ekoye nkrasa ihunu nsanu njuma ne bi wo ho ihunu anamban wo ho de ahai mami befa ha osende otunu husuo do oboboa ma Ghana mba wenya nzama pia na nche onye ono nka wonya lawyer akabi wa ha first no na se besia na onye no kun wobobra na se benyini fima na besia no ahokyere aba wo se na bibia akwa wo fasefo na ndonte dam wo se nde oye na Akufo-Addo anamon bia otui ozebo madamazi yeyi fiwo masisi ala wonsisi mbesi afodam bio no nyina yebo na abado esre busuan yankopon ni hire na ado meze me busuan ahonzen yesa yankopon na ahonzen mo onye easy le bulusu maame yana yelusu ya maame de ni most of nti empanyefo se nyimpa na kira pa nya na opam nti nyina better on echi man so president so why has we declare 3 days of mourning. I mean just there and we don't even have to ask or say it whether I should be given a state barrier. That one you don't even have to ask or say it.
It's a given.
It's a given, yeah. So ebesre na nyina ya booma na yinu wa fefefe na mumum ze mama mfa ya amanyosam. Ehwe sum Ghana. Yeah. Na nti the minti na yinu yamon ye a or represent Ghana fu nyina.
Mind this for Njimbo.
Mama mfa ya amanyosam. Kaka makaje.
That's it. Prof, yedi adanse kakra fa yama me ho na in 2004 BBC I was a then na me produce money show or Space FM Osunyane na Papa J birthday enti efre Papa J on air and ani ni di nkomo e ma ni tirim kwa ni di nkomo ni kasa ya enti ewie no na host ne kan say Nana Kunedu ho ebisa na say on che Nana Kunedu maye achina so oh nana is around nana onya call no dan phone dem a Nana Kunedu ni ene ma me so di nkoma na ebisa say akwa papa birthday dey de no obeye na ye ka say obi a otumi ya asrese mo Nana Kunedu ka ho pa enso mo ka sa dan dey say obeye de duan bibia ma na mo anwumre de yen papa begu ahome bia sa ahome no begu enti oyedipa wo mu se anye ni nyina anye pepepe de but ye ka se oba wagina pa se ya santoa apart from tete ya santoa na I think Nana Kunedu enti prof adawma
na chia watie for obi asia fa na nyina na menuanum so han so me chia mu nyina ebuwa me se ye chia prensa this week na right
yes right.
You before my busy.
Nana Kunedu obi a plato say we asisa oba na wa anya hwe ya. Ubewu a wonya hwe. Na oba ya obeye hwe. Na wafiri mu a ende ye ka nu. Oware papa no na osa. Nipa bebre o ho a omoba NDC mu a se PV oben no ma me no na de omo eba abeka party no
Asante Caucus
Asante fo bebre a bebo eye NDC no ma me no e no ye se adwuma no akire no na ware papa nti na amma se wo ko obi akani na okoware obi anwani a na enya nwanwa bia because we break that barrier no so otawo be ma nachi na ye nananum se oba ni obema omo eben sana se ba ku free mu enche na ba ko nsuko enti Rollins free mu 2020 no ma me 5 years time ni e na ono so free mu no enye me nwanwa esanse na omo ben pa ani jesem ni se ne manya mobo esanse ojama enan awasasi so atome bia ma wura ho sem se ma me du a obebre saa na watete ni mo wure mu saa ebedu mra bia kwala no begina baabi no na fe ma me na firi mu anase na fe kwala na aye mobo na we die wajan kwala na dum pempenso bi a zinato no mo betimi ahwe mo ho nti eno na ye ma wura chichirsem na ye mabusua no hyeden esanse wo papa firi mu na mfie num na ma me san firi mu a sutro mienu wo ho mpanifo se mani han me papa firi mu mfie mienu ni a efiri ho se enye dampare the police cars ne police ban ne ba bi jama yie kama na me hu no kra asadamfo na nche eye tuwa na hu adofo ebinum wo ha ono ma adamfo ache ba beduru ho no beka kire wo se oh me ko ba bi omma a obi wo ha hu no kra nche na so na wasem no eye na sem no wa bejawo maami waye bi mrantia no mo ko Cuba tudimi ya me wo fa nyama donko no nyina no maami no na ohyase obi eka asem bi enra eka makoma pa wo se ne brother no watworo so hwe ni bi ne yi akwala na free ma Cuba no aka na wotwe omoko na ne din ka ho na okọ maami fie wo rage okoka na asem be free papa no mansa musa owo UK okoka na asem che maami se media me play favoritism enti no onko fa papers ni nyina amra ampa omoko twe adaka ba ya omo match exams ni nyina omko Cuba na wo maami ni fie ohwehwe mu an no yi akwala mi baba se akwala otwa papers nyina jada ne ya amfa ɔsɛ ne moma mehwɛ ne physical sɛ na ɔwɔ ahoɔden a ɔmo hwɛ na kyɛ sɛ na ahoɔden so bibia yɛ moma mehwɛ ne medical record bibia ɔsɛ ɔfrɛ obi ɔsɛ fa no kɔ na ɔmo fa no nkɔ the next week na akwala ne to play ma ɔkɔ Cuba akɔsua adeɛ nti na ɔyɛ obi a ɔyɛ ohu ahiafoɔ ne mɔborɔfo nso mɔbɔ mmaa ho asɛm hia no yɛhwɛ adult literacy a na mmaa ɔmo to ɔmo akyi ɔmo kɔ afuo mu na ɔmo kɔ school dan mu kɔsua adeɛ a me maame benefit yɛ adult literacy okwa ne akɔkyerɛ ɔmo abɛɛdɛ ne yɛsɛ ne bɛ ɔno nso betumi akenkan kakra na ɔde adi ne dwa maame na ɛde saa baayɛ schools asɛm na ɔka ho bi yɛka Beijing conference maame na ɔkɔ wankɔ sɛ ɔkɔkasa sɛ first lady of Ghana but as an activist for mmaa nti after Beijing na mmaa no sorry gyina yɛ wɔ Ghana sɛ yɛn nso so asɔre gyina nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ a interstate PNDC law 111 eboka ho asɛm na nka wo ne ɔbɛma bɔ bra kodokoko ɛwɔ sɛhwi na ɔbɛma na besi dan ɛwɔ Kumase anase Koforodua anankran ɔbɛma ne free ban na busuafo abɛpamo afiri hɔ esan sɛ yan kanfo deɛ ɔbaa nya yie ɛyɛ busua na ɛyɛ yie nti nkeba betu afiri hɔ saa PNDC law 111 na maami na ɛhyɛ aseɛ ɛbaa ɛsese no sɛ wɔn kunu bɔ bra kra na sɛ mmerɛ bia wanyɛ wola na wrɛ ho sɛm ɛwɔ Ghana asɛ ne sɛ about 80% besi ne no ɛnyɛ wol na ɔmo afiri mu
ɛnya wrɛ ho sɛm
na ɛyɛ Ghana for sɛ
japade ne yɛ ni nti ne ɛnyɛ wol na na sɛ
oh patro ma menka sɛ ɛyɛ binom sɛ sɛ woyɛ wol a na ubewu banyɛ saa na tie sɛ woyɛ wol a wutumi sesa no mra wo so tie ase na sɛ wofiri mu nso a wachi ɛnyɛ basabasa so wo enti ɛho hia sɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛ bɛyɛ wol na ɛde ato hɔ esan sɛ wanyɛ wo estate bi anasɛ wan plan financially a ɛde nsɛm bebree ba enti ni twɛtie nyinaa ne sɛ maame no wayɛ bi the longest serving first lady ayewo the first nso a osan contest here as presidential candidate you know say kra don kono be contest bi and so the first the longest every 1982 ebesi 2001 ma me yani first lady na obi anim PNDC 31st December movement ya mai ni o red beret bibia aboboso e de tie obema na chi nti waye nia obetimi nia mesre eni se parliament ya ade omotu no wo na o sitting nyina na o stop here ye pa both house yes ade no eboa ebi president say enra ene nne ene ochina nso no ye flag nyina no ye low one at have mask ye mfa and respect maame no enim say on be plan na ye nyina be kwa koboa amana ye fe sana oman etie ade bi a wo wiase no se wo feedi no a egro ena wo starve na ewu se be wo kofa bosom kra ba wo fie na se wo ma no eto ene ekosua ene emoja enyi wa ama ne bibia sa na eno a wo ho a ewu enti obi ba no obesom yen a momma yenhu sania ye beka goodbye to me end no Agya
yes sir
Africa ha you know how to welcome your leaders but you know how to say goodbye to them ayare ho sem o ba ye babaji so na wo kwa betomre bi no ye bo di kra na ngrofo prepare waso so woni pa ye bi a osaye ye maame no wa ye bi osaye ye Ghana dana se
so that's papa we dey a wonderful tribute to pan ye nyina kakra na de ema ye mame na na kunadu Agya Rollins ti bebi obi ya no onima sanso
yes
onima sapa papa na sabaku yo so no ese ya nti do bebi ya
owusi wo ye kuro mu ha rege he ya bantu kwan ko wu ye
he ya ne fie nchen so pe nti shede na na de bema busua enim se asam go so no ye bekoso anso aka ne ho nsam se de be ya yebi hu sera mama no sitian kasa pa anyway yesi esususu kra ye jahem nti ye bra so se yesi onkomo twetwe no ase ankasa pa na yamfa Naimus eni enkomo kakra ye ka Naimus a ye bedwaku a wo mo na ehwe galamsey ekono wo mutu so sa ye nyina ye nim se galamsey sei no be aduro no me enra me hu bia social media me re ho nra sa se pese me kai kuru no kura din na me kai kuru ndam bi kuru ni din na etumi boa ye komo twetwe ne pa bebia si kuru no de esuo hu konkoma esuo hu konkoma or something like that wo bosuntwe
park ni nyina ye
and clinic but ye ben o se wo mo se ho nyina na according to resources no akọchi ni pa nwotwe na sign amos foi etu anamo echi nipa bebree ne mahodo bebree na yenya ne tie se okọ santimantam mu a forest we afra no oda forest na sa oda forest no obakọche branti bi wo ho na sa branti na yekọche wo mu no wo mo hyehyɛ uniforms bi as military men say security men say dan you no kukuretu na yache wo omo ba na amos for no bribe na amos for na anye na sisi ame no kasa yi no ye de omo akoma police for na brekro na mu nso no omo san kọche China fo bi prince wada roma me bomodin na sa pictures ni na ye hwe fully armed Chinese ena omo ye ben nwotwe ena ya che wo mo nso du ena ya che wo na ene ba bisa se woku no ya ku anase yanku ifo pa na hye gold no to achi ntia yentumi nkokui anase yaku na ye hunu ni yi ana de ti akabaro ha na no pay titiru pa efa na mos dwumedi omudi ene de ekoso efa galamse ne kono kabore se ye hwe operation Vanguard operation Hot operation I think Vanguard 1 and 2 and a Hot buy and yekoto drones and yeko yese to trackers yekoto speedboat yese ye ne Air Force for edins a so se na de ediwum helicopter ebe fa wiem aye just say upon all the interventions no yentumi enkoko no ene abedu 9 months kabore ye kwa na yeba
ajama me na wase anopa yi mama ntia mpenifu a me ne omohia ewudwumade so ma ntia wahwefo ne watiefo magyebre ne adache etie anopa yi yarehosem sanse mpeni se de abo wo waka ne pen bia no so husunso na osuro de galamse aye o man yi mreka kra atwamu amane wode nhihye bi kura gu akwan mu na one Ghana fo di hu nkomo a dodo no a da so wa memene mfe bi se anu ade to ye no ahwe ya na ebi asa ato ye ne eno kre se butumi kura tinimu akwa kodro ramel sapenso ye nhihye ya hodo bebre tax force ahodo nse kidu tu galamse ase nanso ene galamse no eda so wo yekuro hanu galamse ohwe mu pa dia galamse aye no wonsuo mu ene galamse aye no wo kwa bretu mu pa etiate se mfi nwotwe a etwam minim se esa kotomekumi mamra li 2462 akofa baaye no ene hye bi mu kutupa se afedie adena bi wo kwaye no munti yenkoto nhye kwaye no so ana se esen eno na medwene ho amenti ase kosaga imagine found ho hye owura makofi bua ne mpaboam se wabo owura ministry na first data edema o se honorable minister Akwaba ahweye a wo ba ye de is krum ha ye kwa bretu nyina ya ha no adu wotwe 288 emu aduana nan galamse fu ase no. These 44 forest reserves amounting to about a certain 5,500 hectares of forest cover. Ase no. Minister Akwaba, a three water systems we krum ha southwestern basin no na e feeding most of your treatment plants no. Tebidity Ghana water so betima treat from 0 to 500 no. Minister say na 5,000 to 12,000. That is the data you meet walking into a ministry. Minister Akwaba, sa kwa bretu kura ye kan ho asem nkunu bi kura wo mu Ghana ntimi nwura mu, bambofo ntimi nwura mu. San say armed illegal tax. Aje sa kwa bretu na boss. You remember the story of Unuya Kuma Rastos Asaredonko? Ewa manse. That was the picture. But in Benizi Edijawa, Ajani Ediaswao. But some say the Oka said, Nshishaya do no akoso mmiri bi atwamu a yenya nsunsanso aye pinti na wo se mmira dana na ye dana ye ho kakra nti yentimi mfa bo baako enkumu no maamienu na ehwe dia na wo se ye nshishaya hodo pi na mu be na topreko multi-pronged approach yet executing them simultaneously. nipa dodo sen kura na wo ba bi ha etu galamsey no a wonu nim nsuanso a galamsey in the brom say nsuanso ban. So awareness level is very down. And by a vigorous education, sensitization and campaigner. Yeah. There is no regional house of chiefs by Yanko. I'll try and quite better more if you bura the typical mining communities. Aja, yes, say Nipano say the Asante and Asante say the Fanti Duampuano no made the Pumwa. And then the Asante Zemako Toko, Gunja. I got Nazika Koko, so we don't this Kakoko. But the problem has not been so many did one now they don't quite a fast one. Ye is a problem. So you see through the responsible cooperative mining. Because sa cooperative mining that is so can free community mining. Now you share how our community mining the buyer and the agents will see no year a cooperative mining. Say over Connie say Elembele community mining. Yet it is just a few people, 2 people that benefited from it. The chrono din die daso. Nanso sika ni andodo die bi efiri mu ba bia na ekọ ipakuma bi motum. Nti wo de opa ye survey every constituency here ya ban ya wo try mu ko launching corporate community mining wo hono. They lost woefully because wo de ni ato so and I said wo ko tutu abo bi hu na de bi bisa na nanom say ni ade. Na yesiesie no we are giving true ownership to community and even the supervisory committee omo na behwe na o matoto niema cooperative for no we are not limiting it to just 1 or 2 people be you see the least number is starting from 11 now 11 anonymous rep assembly rep we rep maku rep kuafo hene rep ni ade a it's a detailed committee a ochina nipa ba ku ntimi go gina ba bi nka se me na me de a na okwa akwaje aboso corporate community money ye nyina no oja wetimi di ba onsa kire ba akopa ka chem say for 2 years ye corporate community mining wo abanya dada otwa mu no community development for 2 omote ye no omudi si azupiti we omudi si clinic we omudi si school dan we na adwa we no because it was going to individual pockets. Now we have a friend say a created funder and no go directly into community development. He said in fear na say a cooperative aye no wa chema bomoso ye wi a was here timinya visible project bi dey such as say good way too because aja wona me ya adwen no obi o ba cooperative na kro e cooperative no obi na betima ba ba ye adwuma ne bi nti was here ye nhihye ya good way ye too ho no no so benya faso ne bi sa nhihye we nyina gu akwan mu a ekoso but yes said the winim no onipa monfo despite nhihye pa ba ye nyina no ono de bone no ana obeso otoso koso no ye enu nti na was ye nhihye so nko a ye best strengthen the punitive measures. Agya Kwabena ye fa so a ye strengthen punitive and ye strengthen enforcement. Ye sha say ne efo so betimi use your district and regional security structures. But here we are say na say obi ate da sabra cooperation and a galamsey operation benkum galamsey operation difa. Ya ye kasa ye jitu mo say antwa ye. So we went back to the drawing board and the product of that review was the formation of NIMOS, National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat. Jumakua anaso ya yatia enye civilians eyabamofo jumakua hodo ewu krum ha narcotic aposifo immigration for national security BN9 asrafo ene ya ka omunyina bom se wo mu na wo susuan hunu wo mu na wo nimde wo mu na wo pepa ewa kande a mbetimi di okun anim amedi nkunim na wonim se prosifo tete yanko na asrafo tete yanko ti wi edu mu nyina akosunwane amro school be na wotwe ne mienu so
enti infrastructure ne amra ese no NIMOS no omate awie
enti o process NIMOS is first batch
yan hwe operation omo ye ne compared ye fantoto de see wo oda forest reserves operation ko na nsen ni nipa omochi wo no sa operation omo ko ye no oda no aye so bia to be so keke nkohye to say bia ma permit ansa na permit wo ho o nipa de adwuma ho.
As far as I am concerned and as far as the ministry is of concern, Primpre Aminoka said there is no concession in order. We've heard a number of allegations, companies bidding up, but when you pick the cadastre map, now here that it's a reserve. Reserve is a reserve. Until say be a large scale company be at the proposal be a near Guinea FAPA near Kazu Wedia the reclamation agenda no ya do twam and ya the reserve be mano. Ghana and time fund reserves and companies, especially small scale mining companies for purposes of mining. Even large scale mining company, you can only fetch the ore and take it to a different land for processing. Enti aja ubisa oda reserve no enya dia obi a to me just say bi obi wa dance bi a ebroso na ni and of course say ye na adanse nyina we ho na so wa dance bi a chen dia na bi a utwa nkontompo na dia ba kire dia man na mosu we dwumadie e chen dwumadie aka nyina srani bi a srani bamboni bi a bamboni anko wo pepa so obesom na mai. But most often than not, the political pulling dialect say you are so much my phone when you my for. So it is the political will. And the man nine say Juma Muyende, different from the term. I buy a term all the vanguards are boy. Cannot tell me. And I upon using I say no when Krobi a friend of the was subri quite to for 8 years. We had intelligent team, never knew say a community of about 10,000 people in the heart of the Subri forest. Say subri quite they can't tell us that. No when him say a senior Denzri a Fao Hills or Fin Shelter beds, people were inside Pamprama. People were inside destroyed with impunity for 8 years. Security agencies the main country. But you know what? Can you tune the president's forest? A typical example just recently, while Kuma Bono regional chairman Abronye was on the platform saying, "Say, yet to be called forest near to the president's forest." He took Galam say because the president didn't to sono the Bamboni be and Timu. So those were the difference.
Pictures here about to see you know. And ye de e kan China for no mo chi wo no dia me pese me hu de say adan na say ye kono for me me dwene bi hu am ntese say de si na nsen ya me boss kuro ya me boss si ya obosu ntwi e afichire pe
nkomba
aha e wo afichire pe eni akire nti no se si adan ye kono ko ampa na ye kono ampa ne ampa ko ampa anka afichire kura de ye kwa ibretu ko etu ko chi dipa na ye afichire
of no kura de mi ntwa wa no
China for
Abankra chipeni we ye mankra so abeswa and then run numere kwa operation we
fully armed
10 Chinese fully armed illegal miners, 1 Hilux pickup, 1 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, excavators in the Niema Hodwana ACZ Sika botting and of the was a show for the first time. The operation bar will report exactly what
that cannot be the first
was. I mean, what was the last time what is so be kura for galamsey operation for Bravo no wajisi kana travel picture the about.
You see, we don't do this.
It should tell you how people nipa bi do among kwan nyina to just for Ghana ye DNT. And those are the difference. Na me can say yanya reports bebre say osino krom amanfo ye say okọ amanse mfichire okọ baby a wo kan bosontwe. DCs and MCs in mining communities, Galamsey fights has become their top priority as far as KPIs are concerned. It is a whole Sahabanka Jipendina or two. We are in hand, officer Mampeni are not getting daily reports. Talk us to because you do want to see a hotel work on your through me, I can sympathize with you. Now, most year the Edin soon were done. Ya de kwabre to na dwan ya de kwantempo na dwan na wo disi kura wo timu no a ho na wo na mu koba na wo se wo hunu dia then we will find someone obehunu to come and do the work, and that one is as simple as that. But the power doesn't lie in my hands, it lies in the hands of the president. Okay. And I feel the president will assess each MC on each appointee based on KPI or the man. Okay. And then you drew on us say anko yi amawa na say o say ofoforo say nyansa kura ni ba ko votiri wobekọ ama ofoforo aba beto aso na o man no afa no ntoma pae den
me das we dey me political party to political party before me call wo kasa ni nyina no na ben twetwere
na tropa
na ben yanhwe me de ayana empempi no yesi de amadi mu ni nkọ na aka echi no ana yesi ebo ho ban but de du ba bi so yesi ye kai echi kakra se na bi ye kọ ye ni mu a ye mu se ye kọ efa so ewo biribia besen kọ no amoanti no kọ wo na yesi efa so far na mo so dwumadi omudi no hunu ni sen so aba se na bi yesi se so aba no na yenhwe ne mahodro nso a ye ka hodo a ye abo ne ma de yesi se ye currently ai betumi abo ye tumi kọ 10 minutes
Jacob na me dase mafu afidie so achi aminianum na masanchia mikrom focus for ene me area for eya Bugba assembly boys many of me Sunday stars. Jacob, now you see the posturing of Senior Minia Mahmoud Ayeno sana mwa galamse no focus no any the current government ni obetimi aye not what obia nabaye twem na anye deda. As we speak right now, Jacob na galamse e fosoro edubole bamboy na say reports na say teacher for nso e wo bole bamboy e de omo hagim because omo ko school enkarama emri bia atwam yero mahama galamse nti ofre echebi galamse headquarters ene ya akopie bole bamboy na obefre bole bamboy sen yera eguso ofoko say what the forest bia a friend no red voter forest reserve e wo nabdam eni boko ene yesi ope excavator bia eni nkran ha e wo sa forest reserve
when I call
I just be some minute way because report abani say the red voter is turning brown. When him say no so abebo white voter nim. Into all those debris a free esroba no e ba bepom. Turbidity of water na konyako is in the 20,000 22,000. Now a 12,000 we born comfortably. Now it's 22,000. Yen to me nkon galamse because of post-stream BTC. O ka political well. Yet krom ha about say parliament very voki emra yediba galamse when it comes to prospecting for gold or forest akosi saying political war ban a presidency e dey fighting yet krom ha various allegations they say gold board to gold if illegal miners war then on my found sure it is never true that galamse was at its peak 8 years ago. The highest peak of galamsey right now is now because almost every region the name for reporter but it's a greater Accra e washing e wo hasi nkrofo ko fa or no free baby no ma be washing e wo greater Accra almost every region is seeing galamsey at this time. For me, I don't think the president or the current government are exhibiting enough competence or political will to fight galamsey. Then animo see ya Vanguard denye then Vanguard excavator share near yema bebre. So see ye kano as galamsey yenye no discussion nationalistic rather than going back and casting insinuations at the former party or the former government. Me my solution to galamsey me free mining area so no say me free Akotia constituency yesusano Ghana Consolidated Diamond Limited omo the system me by near friend the tributary system concession ni nyina no ya ma GCD enti fiti anwaso kofa eson jadem eko nyina ye dey share GCD for nsa e Jacob na bacho otie
itie pa
enti wo ye registered miner and now you be a wo ye group wo belong a group of miners no akọ GCD aso ye GCD me hu masasi wo achimwenchi na me ye licensed miner me pese me na GCD for abehwe say baby awo kan no e no kre e for me within the mining concession e allocate wa homboa etisen ya de be mining na ye twabiama na GCD for na ye supervisory work e wo wadwuma wo ye ne so. And even though you are mining, you are under the auspices of GCD. So you are tributary from the tributary system. So there was direct supervision of mining activities. Pachoti ne mekano. Ene ye jemusa. Obiako water resources no kwaji permission. It's me madu ensure diversion. Water resources, environmental. Omu nyina ka ona galamse kono edi be biye kun. meba o de ma mi wie kaka so political will na ye ka no ende me pese me sisu dua say NDC and SBTB because then on my MPP in Podie the sanction regime they call 15 years you choose say illegal mining thought that a bit deter Crawford from illegal mining and to me deter Vanguard 1 Vanguard 2 holds then yanye but question ye bisa say so yengu so fenye abanyosem and I yentnas as a nation yen bisa yen say galamsey then na yen nyina o man no ye betumi aye dia so now betina na wo ye abandadana na wo tweme rem na mesma ya ban foforo na no e ma yen koyenim enya no na Ghana for hwehwe of course mo dey campaign galamsey the action will be decisive okujeto Sam George, it will take less than 3 months for the government to deal with Galamsey. Any. Afraid yes, let's say civil society groups, Mumra match that dream, send you to Galamsey. But when you were campaigning against the MPP using Galamsey, also you'll be decisive in dealing with it. Last month, most CEO CSO Semra Mebwa and that dream. Na yen to Galamsey.
I know ye.
Oh, internet no ho. Ometi no mede ni na kodan President Akufo-Addo. I don't know president but won't take his decisive action. No kure woman say Galamsey no a source of livelihood for many people. Okop baby bebria enu na nkrofo edididi. Oka asem bi na ye me de say gold no ye nkrofo tia so obi opo na okopuma ade nti na obi owo
baby gold
no onto. The issue is responsible mining.
Ya ka mo asem aka but like I say no free for all.
There be any free for all. Any free for all.
But the time I can say free for all, ni say. Sanka free for all. Sanka anka school dan echi, school park, maybe a clinic wo. You dare not go there. Who be any ho? Obi ayi no for impunity ni yan ba ko bi. Yes a video man download no social media. Wo mu tu ade no ofie nchen pe o mo ka no. No nipa no hye kire kra no. I saw onipa na I saw your himpo. Na wo mu a akọ confront no ono mu di nkomo e kire mu say ade no ye adwuma ene ye mo so mo beye bia mo so be ma mo so mo botom ay mo gensika tio ohin na so tumi ka bibi e de etwe nkofo adwene free de e koso no so no mo e hye nkora enti no wo hwe a ayi ka se bi jo west ka se bi ama Ghana for e kasa shoot and kill so no kan kofo kasa se wan kasa ni nasefo but the rate at which an ema no I mean every my ye betumi bia anfa na any for so be so my do betumi bia still rade no kwa na ekoso
minister na dey obekoso asu because nyomo ye no e match ado abana okay say Galamsey hu obesu TV so the very people now ye dey jumedie ashomusa eye DCs police for near there no sometimes no o man the very people are ya omutwo mo ho eyesa for me edubmira Ghana for nyina share say yentimi fa Galamsey okono Agya Kwabena den na wonye wo show iso etomri bi wo ba wo show iso a ye wa ban mu ne yem hihie ko Galamsey issue etomri bu ye whole show on Galamsey o bono left right ekosise Vanguard ekosise media do time as young Ghana for no ye jai okono e ma young Ghana for no ye jai politicians no how would we do that? Say whistle blowing and I maybe can whistle blowing so we shall be tokrobim bofobim na ye two Galamsey e so to me whistle blower e you so to me bo empenifo amane say na ekoso enti for me I will give this advice to the ministry the spokesperson say edu timer MPA ye bi your the results pa the numbers are too dry. Say o filling station bi now doing say ya adjustment o filling station bi now doing say this one for a number we near me susu ni say 9 months so because 9 months they can be everywhere yema education in kofom manfo no bebre ho mo mpe Galamsey no yema education in kofom near for numbers ni contact points and too dry say o to say ebia obi ye illegal mining na number way and asue way and akọ see to me yes sir because a bebo because na nipa na be report no o my unknown but see a problem ni say ye who the difference between legal and illegal mining there are so many people are omo ye legal mining and there are so many so omo ye illegal mining so the first thing is to draw a distinction no ye illegal na ese no Your all illegal mining, you don't provide the person with a different source of livelihood. Because idea illegal and illegal. Obi am robber. Nka say woman no say intimo nwa de biom. Ese ye che no. Na mom omo ye legal mining na omo tro mo share so akọ nsuo mu any forest mu no. Omo na ye use sa whistleblowers in ma. And for me, I think the best way to tackle galamsey is to educate the people. Yeah, but na ha say ya. Apart from blaming each other no. Then I say my first degree chemistry. And talking about the levels of pollution in our rivers, you know. Humayen
pa. Me da say.
Jacob na man see.
For one see 30 seconds. Wait trabe.
Yenjai kokofu we bo na we abo NDC bo na MPP abo no. Emwa. Me da say. Na ye magana for nti ase say galamsey ko no eye nyina ye ko.
Enti MPP ni NDC for ene United Party for. Mekai abanda da no e de mre bi bai man pe na nado because o si nkete se obeko ade nti o de mre bi ba se ko ba se bi a ye chi illegal miner no e Ghana ni a I think say Ghana ni e be jail I think 5 to 15 years.
Yes.
And obi o ye ho so ye be jail no I think 25 years bi bisa.
Yes.
China fu ye chi wo mu amtiti we. Enye na nkwa na ya chi wo mu. Ye chi bebre da bia da. Ebo ekono ekosan because me said hu say ye kokono because ade bia wo ku bia no so bi ko ebi obabi a de yembe no say eh asemasi akoya de o me ya che no de ade ai na nya sakutu nti bi kro me yembe se be kokoye bi mpa de ase achi de bi ya so ade no so ya no mo ye ese kro no mo ye ni fili em ye hu kra che bi bia
Ija
ebo
no kwasam nye de impa oya car newa so oya car don ko nanyim nkotia njon ya asam papa nti car wo we oya okonechi no opposition ho amawetum akonanyim ye even though cars nanyim no osodoko nti oya na say ka galamsey asem na ye make reference to the pastor. It's not because they pade ye ma abene bi look bad but say hwechira na position wo yoboma akonyim ye nti no ye make reference to nzama okrodo and the MPP aso makana asa nti say obanam na ye kandama ono nkyere de abane bi na epedo look bad because say yanka mo see in the past na Ghana for anyawe na say abane suru ye the same thing. How would the Ghanaians know the abanda don mo ye yin na wa suru ye nti oben here that sometimes you go back so that you can position yourself to go forward properly. Now, Eja, Makan Wahade, Chinese for gold is in Ghana. In fact, I think this is they are the largest producer of gold also in the world. China for gold is in Kra. But there's nobody in China or galamsey or China. It's true. Ubon dog. They're Chinese in you from China. Ebaya galamsey. Now I live as a human being. No, not possible. No more motor of a plane from Chrome. Or buy or money in Ghana. Utuma kwenye nkrase. Ma obaya campaigns for homo. Ebukwa will control even Ghana funbo. They beat even the Ghanaians. Yachada nyane yama yanhu kwan. Ti du yama ho kwan a itu mbedem. Nti nyane yama yanhu kwan ma. Oye China for na other foreigners nya wetu wa ba. Ma wo ba be sen na asase wa sen nsu. Let me tell you, if you go to China, they've started producing cocoa. Yeah. Very soon, I will not be surprised that China will be the largest producer of cocoa in the world because they have the land, the land, everything to become the largest. Now, after they become the largest producer of cocoa in the world, because of the galamsey, no chemicals, community, international market won't reject cocoa.
What do you mean? I quite remember 2023. Almost started ton export to cocoa ni bi. Na cocoa bottle no wa twere ho cyanide free cocoa.
Yes, they are telling you. They are telling you a story. That so you look into the future and ask yourself, what should you do? Unfortunately, was the Amazon was a bohana, you survive because if Ghana say cocoa or reject to international market, economy we go, you know. Economy ne go, so be here. Let's say a galamsey asemna, you ba kan na motse. I mean, come into Sabi. Osende. Only person I mean, Mijinizi were reporting on galamsey. is Erastus Asarodonko. Ono on chonko onye da oye NDC oye MPP. O choko baby a.
Ye wa hunu na oka.
Mo ehun picture na o de kire na oka story ne kan ho. Na itin sama last interview bi oye sama Brenton kan ya. Ni bi sama o de. Nti ya to abama mpofo da onka tena eso wo da 1 year den. Then 7 December they yakoso like tin na yakoto aba mo nyimpa ko do mba president. There's o money tum o money the president ya hye nsa. Na si nyimpa ko no order we dwuma no do. Ma da men sam no kodo a. Mi sam mo de nti ya to aba mo no mba ye den. One of the forests according to Erastus Asarodonko was saying the size the cassette the Kumasi. No, just imagine forest and the cassette the Kumasi. Now you pa ban him damn forest no no ways the forest no man was say forest no oxygen tank or your oxygen tank because in the end no boy me to me home. If a whole forest like Kumasi is destroyed, and I'm talking about at the time, listen to this, at the time, the Akufo-Addo be a president now, or the Dama ban be buying about 1.5 years so, or banning Galamsey. The same time in our ban Galamsey, that's the same time party executives from national, region to constituency executives of his party will enter those forests.
Oh, Chief.
Oh, no. You can ask, no, the records are there. I'm not lying. I can't be lying about this. This is national television. No. That's why I'm saying that the reference is Erastus Asarodonko. That's my source. Now, what point him? What's the forest in at one point? That's one of the forests. Let Sir John away in baby queen and go on for the currency. Sir John. More kwan mo enter forest bi with the excuse there work acquire restoration also okahum work that time the professor informed what kind of joining so he went together with the professor also work they were doing also there were about 34 or 38 excavators in the forest who was said who is the Galamsey. So if you go back and make reference to this behavior under Nana Akufo-Addo's presidency, if you guys some appointees of Nana Akufo-Addo, Dankasa, when it's a Jubilee House, they were engaged in Galamsey. What we are saying is that we don't want this government also to sit on for people in its administration to also engage in Galamsey. That is why we go back and make reference to some of those examples. Because you peel. Eda Yenisuru say, Eda Mfama, young Mfama say, Eda Yenizibere saying, that is the Eda Yesha said then Yeru. Because human being depends on these three to live: water, food, and air. And unfortunately, these are three elements that Galamsey are saying. And see, say, I can't summon on yet there because we want to. Let's say it as it is. Even if it's destroying your political party, it is better for a political party to be destroyed than the whole nation to be destroyed. So let's say it as it is, without apology. Because after all, why the Mazen? Your political party, you pay another the Mazen. Nti awa yebi, obia yebi kan. O say there, control me na kotari. Fruit na kototo ya fi de akoto fruit yi e won kan akoto nkran wan ya Galamsey wa ha e wo gwan na akoto wan ya Galamsey we gwan na mom be wo di fi bai onim nyi be wo fi bai ni nsusu one thing de nsu bi bo nsu bi mu nsu bia o link ada nsu nu o ye nsu ko but o do ha na wa fa ha na wa ko join na yi na aze nti se aze nu o si wo isi region e bo so na nsu bi o bo ho nti we ko central region. It is important that you can as it is. Let me tell you, I have said it here. My opportunity to meet Commander Boa or Colonel Boa or your commander of NIMOS, because of the fact that I wanted to understand what they were doing. And I had the opportunity to speak to him. I'm telling you, plan a man in Obre reach them. Say politicians will stay off NIMOS. They feed them up and have power. nti mo tumbi nti mutum influence na ma allow galamsey wa ha na baby them if they stay off Naimos na so bomo Naimos ayejuma I'm telling you adwena obe mo the form Naimos no we can achieve it because say share one plan na because let me tell you galamsey excavator no nyi champagne fwa galamsey ontumi obutu wa ontumi ya galamsey wa yesisi a nti what out ni na no if they are reducing the numbers of champagne no only excavators or system numa it's a way of winning against or winning the fight against galamsey gradually because say akwa area ha excavators be 30 ho na yi ni nyina fiwa what it means is that
they can buy again.
No, I'm coming. I'm making a point. What it means is that at that point in time, you've reduced the number of excavators engaging in galamsey by 30. What you do is to prevent people from bringing in more excavators. Because as you take out, if you allow others to come in, then you are doing cost 90. So Naimos may succeed in getting the excavators out. But the question is, what are you also doing? What is the government doing to ensure the new excavators don't enter our forest?
We are doing tracking.
That is where, yes, that is where our security comes in. Apart from the tracking, because Martin was tracking, was there. I say, Obizi, Otunu track is the ball.
Okodu North.
Yeah, Okodu North to deceive people there. Excavator no North or something like that. So we are saying that apart from track, which is good. I mean, let's say the tracking system is fantastic, but beyond the tracking, what do you do to ensure that so we being put or manipulate tracking system now? And also to Kobo people from one, how would the security people do? And is it also the work of Naimos, or we can have another leg, or maybe at our ports because we try excavators won't produce for Ghana. We import. So how do we stop excavators from entering our forest? Because if there are police barriers to, let's say, Western region, and let's say you the excavator in the answer we if port. But where do forest numa that police barrier? Police in the occur that ma ba occur a duty that time no. Also they watching it too. Because I tell you, it was the person was compromised.
It's not easy like that.
Are you getting it? Because excavator on team for you offer car kondo. Yeah. Nti areas na or yeah entry point was it excavators and was it from core these various regions, you know. Say if the police barrier, let's say every day the numbers are increasing on the further. It means the police people there, no, and also security people there, they've been compromised.
Now, better than police in that to me, I can say, make sure. Essence or no, dear, the Obia man or say, Ebia, and she say, Bia Basebia, who police in our you say excavators bear 20, ever Bessia Kotakrade. Into me, I'm a war, consumer says excavators taken from source. Until it's 30 in the bedroom, say 30 in the bedroom, my can't take a bedroom. Now, Mimi, no way. There has to be coordination. There has to be coordination. To excavate a bedroom.
Mahmoud, you get the point I'm making? There has to be coordination. There, as the excavators, because you get to me without excavators, Galamsey were here. Do you know that Galamsey was there before the excavator period?
Of course.
So that one, or you gather and sell. And also, echo, amunenu, na kase sell. Mining companies are kase ones, you know. I kase sell in Zama Wakano, na ezeba, ibisu.
Near the pickers.
No, it's too, ne su, na wo ho na good. No, on any Galamsey, no. Until the last, what is happening on Galamsey per se, or your environmental, terrorism. They are terrorizing our environment, destroying our very future. Inti, mama can you there? You can't. Mama you show there, baka. Regardless of which political party is in power, I don't know the United. So in United Party, already as a 10-point plan at all. Mr. Lanchaman will be speaking about it in more as we move forward. But a 10 plan at all. There, you put to ya for that. Eba buama as a yetu and as we are bregalam say I say yes sir abani there nyanse nyi baako fo ntirim nti yam plan as that one one fight on fanka ones no na bibia na obabuo bia na nyina yem boa because at the end of the day yenya na trace banizi wo yenya na enum nsu yenya na agim fama nti that is the point I want to make. But let's also tell the government that sika biala na must won here. Mom, it's because if they can work, they need motivation. If you don't work here, Chinese more on bribe, what you bribe no. Tell you no what record day.
these people attempted to buy us. Yes, but if they are not motivated from the government,
many brand up Vanguard war no papa bi so je ni bi obehwe me hasa one day no shia me o say ja o cooperation o so Ghana must go no na mo dey ba o sisi si penine no say zim ye dey ma wakọ aba anu za no ba sa o hwe sika pa na we no fresh pa 100 note no fresh pa na yi bedi o prof I saw grobi ni yedi me de garamse yitu yi ani ai me yanhweso bi o ha se wo no ma na wo fie na mo source of water bura ana wo hu se obi edi DDT akoko wa bura no mu a wo no so di gu mu no onipa no beku mu ne wo magina DDT bi ono mu ne na wo hu ne na mu no astam go so no wo be wo o se o ayi me mai mo de mo no mo kakra na me hwe akwan bi a mefa so na later metumi a ne nso no so na mama nkrofo agyae as a responsible parent no at that particular time no then obeye obeka chan kwala say munye nso no nom whoever the did it ne begu mu no who do responsible quickly said that be obetumi ahwe no wa yi we are heading towards a baby a I mean say ya kan ye for ye ni hu ye nti no ye hu ni say ne bresem me ne professor this pathologist no Kumasi
yes
Sampene and pictures in videos are or send mommy nipa oyo mo adwuma om kidney om liver heavy metals a woman just say as at last year or this Sunday me no aso kwa abramu yen hu hwe yo doc it's a prof e betina siama ye obisa o se be wu sen kokwa ayi tiasogbo sa ekurase kokwa yare no atisi omu no ta sa no ka sa na hunu no
eja me huni sabe pepe na etemre bi wo ha akwantu mu na me ba fie na me be hu sen aye ne ma se ya na me ra ho lead awo Michigan a big political issue lead no eba nsu mu a so bu pipe because you know nsu o pipe na ubu a wono na lead bam ema obi lusu ni presidency nsu nya dia ye didi agro eninti na se aman bia o munim ni omo ye no mo pese o mo dwen da ache ho nchirima ho na nya the next election by the next generation no emfayensa nka nsu emfayensa enka dua bia na abo anso yenku no saa ne ma miensa we eho hia pa na yen no emo amen papa ye mammo amen menim bia nti emo amen emo ebo pure energy nti so bi ba ofie na se bone won mabo sabo ano po no ana sabo ne ye yen no negative energy we ho bebre nti yen hu ne ma bebre block ye nti na brofo ban mo asa na enye yen kwan ye to gold na African countries bear 54 no almost 25 of them no half of it need to gold problem bia ni omokro mu sa okọ South Africa galam say problem ni ho okọ Namibia no mo ne Burkina no mo to gold no you dare not emwa keke ko Kenya na ko these East African countries na ko hwe safaris emwa you know ye ka se forest we reserve na osono ani jata na emwa na wo no bi enko ho I mean you dare not emra ye adwuma enti ede na yenkwa de emra nya adwuma menko ho ose ho na mefi bai se mi to nsu a na mera ho because so wo to akwa bela kwa ne nsuo ni special exam wo ha bia sa we no a ehemu 12 no ya he ebi ye 40 cedis nipa he ene benya 40 cedis ato sa nsuo no enti gisokoto sachet no sachet ni ye 9 cedis ni 10 cedis nipa he na nakati obenya eyi ato we 10 cedis no na wa ye yi odi bia ye ti odi bia no aduane esan say typhoid nso we another yare a wo ho mayen China foi omo ba ye say ye wo mercury ye import mercury ba o mamu a obi an regulating who mercury de ba na ye de ye you stop importation of mercury. Champagne, you stop importation of champagne. You stop the importation of a friend is saying excavators. Eja ya say o yenche nkrofo Nkwala ya chichi wo mu yi. omo ahine betimi ato champagne anase obetimi ato excavator empanifo bi na ehase omo ne from campaigns no dan say ya nchibi ya chibi no members of parliament ankotena form oyoko say ya support no na touch one touch all. How do you solve a problem when empanifo obetimi ato sa de ne chewo ma say MPP free mu yi na NDC for buy obi a wa anya bone yemfa ne say kodua anase Kunadu Eastern Region chairman of MPP onye hwe obi akwache no but say nyina ye he na so obi akoye bone ne ye friends o meyi na no a identity say nyina ye kwose ye support nipa na we touch one touch all because unim nipa no sika na owia anase nya na oya ye osuma say na bunim sa na politics tie na mos niama mienu na ha madwen ne edi kan no menyi ni so mo training no enough because about 1 week 2 week 3 weeks training of Namos no nkrofo mo ahye wura mo ache no mo wo tuo no mo wo niam on the bomb ho ban no as see a training Namos year niam on certificates because certification is an endorsement of training.
They are already security persons so.
Yes, I know, but I just said security about how to get into that area no because a forest reserve na nkrofo no wo dada I mentioned the America sir America for ko Iraq war no mo nim say o ye kwa kotwe form so omukodu ho no mo hu say ntia was strategy and your tactics nti strategy ni say ye ko akoyi o mafiri but tactical omukodu ho mo say nkrofo no aye bomb bi a uti aso ana aye na wona ate onipa ne nam ho one ne mwa ne na ne yire ne ma unim say o soja ni na police ni so no ye nti afedi o mo betena ase say yemfa tactics mrante no mo ho no ebi aduaduro ye hu talisman titare bi hu say mo hu a ebi aduaduro okutatuo okutajansa wo ba ha ebekun enti onipa na amon ho say oba nanka how dare you say China ni e ba Ghana fu krom hwemrewafo no kokkrafo o hori a onu kutatuo e wo mimi krom
baku bi kra de Ghana ni ko kan say bi sa video no e me yes ha
eti
Ghana ni
China
ni wodi mi twa no prof na obetumi akototuo wo China wo sorompo na China ni Ghana ni ko kan say no China ni no ko fa tuo wo ne patana se de chesi Ghana ni no
so me pese me di tuo fi America ba ha me hia letter from Ministry of Interior me kwa ansa na be ma me kwa totuo no esanse ye nim wo nti ne metimi atotuo ba wo ba uduru airport a ese custom fo bisa na wo ye ho ina paper na odi kire ubeduru Ghana ha so ese wo ye ho paper sem ansa na wa use sa Ghana no kwa ya China fo nya guns e wo yan ye kuro mo di hunahuna ya ye nkrofo no ntiase me ni immigration officers bi akasa omo say omo call because I see a deport woman ye ni masha wan ye see ye okọ ya na osan ko fa to guzan ba ye say ye serious people enti omo say omo call omo say oh ifo na ewo ha omo say oh ye yan na ewo ha obo say na China ni be pia ba omo say fa onkra tai kire say wo ba oman mo bra na Ghana fo na ka say oh ye nipa ye business partner ni ye yi oh na da be na fe de nwura mu e be bu say obi passport ni yi na Ghana fo na no approach the same China ni no na fe immigration officers ni call nti sa wo hwa yanya ne yedi e ho abro because ni kuro mu ntimi nkoyesa sebe Chinese na nani nkitenkete ohuru obeduru si ye kuro mu ha no enya ade a obeboa ye school
prof na o catalyst ma ho asem enro operation mo koye no bansere nko an
na enro ubonu tu enka no chese ad ya na di bia yesere ye
Namos ide
menim se Namos ye adwuma ba se bansere e bona sen na ne de talent sa no ubonu tu enka yenim Kwame Ato asemesi ye se kai e ka Kwame Ato asemesi aya mehwe social media na ma wo simiti ye mesere ne ekoso ni se sam crofo we no ukọ China onu adi kro ntumi nyesa eye de no obesi kotoka pe
aided by old people
and na maka ho asebi
we need to understand that
prof we and come ya can say me but mamenka wonyi ndi say yesi na nam no so situdian baba na mo de nam no so baba no onwie it's people now or yes our so called business partner no ye china ye for 2000 years
exactly unim say slave trade course nyina chomre bi no na brofo baba na yan ya cheche ye ho achechire ye ma e wo ho twon no ma before mako ya se ma rehu obi say ye respect ya hoho esen yan kasa ye ho enti ye wo we say a plate a woni di ano glass kwa no ma no ohogwo bi ba na no na ade kwama no wan kasa de
it's also a poverty
enti o say a poverty issue enti nia ekoso no e ya reho sem enti China ni bedu ye no wan hu say education obetimi di nisika boa wan hu say obetimi di nisika boa health unim say me no ti hey hospital say won kra nyina e ka boma ye need about 400 bed capacity Ya hospitals abon kran na enso ketimi nya hospital a ultra modern hospital a about 500 to 1000 bed capacity a nka Burkina fo Togo fo Benin fo bo ha nyina ha na nkombeba won ko South Africa ni Dubai enema sei ene sese ye dwen ho na ye to nsuo na fe ye import nsuo ebi di nsuo from America na eba o ebi fi di nsuo fi Europe na eba ebeto mre bi na de obeka so obenye sika to minimum obi a kofo aba mu na ye minister enche ye mekohia no na I'm said about 3 months ago or tikios ma otwa loto emre dane nti ene de obeya won se obetimi ato ebeto mre bi no sika e won taban wetu untimi ntobiem na afi okoye ne de nti nsuo na ye se no cyanide a poison, lead a poison, mercury a poison, and ye poison yensu. Report abani se nkontomre aduane ye di nyina no saade bi wom ti ganya ye kuye ho. Na niama me di be wie ene se me ye president a ye di ka me free Chinese ambassador. Onkrofo wo ha nyina no from mo. They need to lead the country now. To say so wudru America a port biana either sea or air no question say busa immigration busa say besides say be a Ghana or free ban what to come for another country because Trump is making sure say immigration will cramp down on it enti na nye obia na ma no rua wo mamu so ni pane bana woni adwen papa na me ne jema ban ye adwuma na me ye jema ban leader ewo voter region na ye ne small town water project ye nsuo makro no ehi penyi peki those kind any kitikrachi any nkwanta na me na me manager ewo ho na me koduru ho na ade ba kwa na China for na eye nsuo no nti ye submersible pump ni ye water reservoir na afi kro no ye nsuo ma no ye training water boats on be manage nsuo no na say me call back nsuo ni nyina ase esan say nipa na ntimi a manage ni ye na asem serious ni say China for no mo ye no ba ko pe na tebrofo woni say China for ba nyina bebre prisoners from kro nti ba ko tebrofo no okona koduru na omuhu so ye pani a omo si Englishman no makofre Englishman o wo no tebrofo na ba obaye no obehu mi ape na oboru adam ho omo bomb tent oboru e ha no kofa sika no de buy chop. I'm so what do you mean by chop? I said, oh go chop. No, I say chop what? I said, oh money chop. No, I don't need your money. Bring documents in your moye so far near you. I feel me who said hon was so wo bi e ni say omo problem on hu ye ho say me no bedin komana me discuss to anima you don't think deep anymore enti no obetimi I believe say aka say because we mausika no wa tie your hands enti SSC a free China ambassador besides say ye echi wo no because omo ntimi mema ya adwuma nya den saa wo oyo ho ha oyo ho a oho yen ya wo performance no me America 21 years enye bibia na wo betimi aye so we are citizen kra na we American citizen a ewo American passport so ba bia ye wo free ho bae and this we are born here yet me deport to free baby every buy still I know who any citizenship because free baby na buy we are Ghanaian for life and this sign say yes your mayani e bring your future yes Africa may end with Hosea 4:17 Nyankopon say Ephraim or the hu akoba bosonsom onya no nyame oboy no tomre bi wo ha otimika se onipa no jai no na onye ne obeye enti niam mienu na wo Bible mu amekai Bible mu e ka say remember kai osi kai lot yire na kai ho me down so na ene konkron enti momi yen kai ne atwam 8 years president or the number nyina to so say wantimi ansovo a obetimi obey wantimi ansovo President Mahama Bai also can say he's not in an illusion say within this short time period you know obetimi ansovo because problem is to see near no what you know winti no ya admit say problem no eson since an ye hu no bebre ni aye but bebre so ye betimi aye until we need a point of judgment. Say Nyankopon ka che from no or reach a point of judgment. That point of judgment you know not just say Nyankopon the protection. Ah odema Ephraim no we ye free no ho. Until aban ye protection e de ma ye nuanu mo say nso ye nyim free ho ye declare state of urgency say look if we na ekro no say and ye be ye say ye say okoho na ye nku a ye bekun. Say ye say okoho na ye ntwe 50 years a semra na ye adwuma. One challenge yanya wo ma wo mamanfo we America for a omodi democracy by no normally say 3 arms of government the weakest is the judiciary and adwuma we ha because once you infiltrate people you know odi judiciary how justice justice fi nyame ho atemu and this say politics equal justice ma then we have a problem and this say police for between yen and akronfo so police for ko akronfo ho the people are in trouble enti justice system na say make sure say eye adwuma say ye chi ni pa cha na fo adu omo eba no na say yes sentence ni 20 years we need deterrent punishment for them say be ya obi kwonwura no mu ho a be ka che ni say enko hobiem because eyawro sem say 9 forest yentimi nwura mu na 44 ya say no enti ye say ni nyina wi even the only greenery in Accra Achimota forest e chi say na nkrofo bi atwa to tonwadi adani aye ho sa
adani aye ho sa na ehokra na me ya ne say na panifo shem asem bi kura si o baabi na I'm looking forward say so called ohene na so called lawyer no odi asem be court chebi kwan so ya chebi no mase ya wo akwarrent obi fie obi dan e de ama wo boys a wo moto o ye galamsey one wo so ohene so hu say ade bia ye illegal bia no emras kasetia
yes
two wo so ye lawyer ni wo ye lawyer no ade bia illegal na emras kasetia wo so ye lawyer wo san ohene
so you should know better
yes and wo akwarrent obi fie na ade boys abegu for some month light bill kra huntua fiero ane kan so ogene dan a wo so de asambra court no otumi ntina ho kan kire ne say oje wo dan afi ne boys nsem na I'm hoping say so called lawyer kono so called hene no o de asambra court na ebebo ni din na boys no de kogu won kwa metwa ka say wo do mo ye nkwa krutu nyuma ana meboa mre bia ne osa wo de wako fo ni pa na ko shebe bi no ye krutu nyuma illegal activity nti but yimi wi a be ye enti asem
sao hene no ss media no usi arawo sam say wa so be point bone we kremo wo be target
na me nam hoyi menam hoyi
wo so ni police fo edu wachi o gwa na wona
menam hoyi me kasa atata na ehunahuna na popo ne niama bebre na so yeso ka no kora a unsuro wachi eno ano no enti yare besia na ka ka bibi mo number bi a say bia obi hu bibi obetumi aka mo number bi sa
your number sir e dey atudra message su bi 0240
02 pastor su ka bofo 0240 700 487
that's very good
0240 700 487 and we are 9 moves for
yes within the scope of kwayem ensum kwantempo anaketeje kwa ho any kronfifi na hoho 5 within this 5
just one number
within this 5 scope who say bibi koso
a toll free number
no like
yes,
the number
it's a toll free number
okay it's a toll free
okay
munye bi nka ho and
we're trying to set up. They say you're breaking country into 7 endemic regions. And you're breaking it down to 7 different hotlines.
Okay.
It is a bonofwa no more number.
Okay.
Asante ane o number. Atoye mantemani o
number.
Number say Michelle Nkran kakra bi. Na minua bempade video yitoso. Na echrew mfasoa naimo share no dwumadi ase no. Yenuru ba bi epese yedu no. But mfaso kakra ashase eba video abempa fato so just a 30 seconds video we just 2 weeks ago when we went to the eastern region achemupotemu we river ura ewa besim now so we eboko pie river brem no mu na uduru wa untumi hwe but after see e clear bad guys no hwe ekire say yetimi sustain this effort na expand it to other areas mfaso yehu yebehu afi okọ amanzule. This was November 2024, River Manzule. Na say na etienne October 2025. This is River Manzule. Enti aja kakran
Manzule picture no. But say me who say Lord ka kwanda ho.
Yes.
And me who benkum hu nifa.
Yes.
But the come no.
Ehona nipa no gina no original plan.
Okay. Na be say me.
So it means strategies no adwuma. Dia ka no say de bra pani ebo and then a professor can say, let's put our monies where our maps are. Na yentimi ntre yankraba tamu. Na mfaso bi ayenya no. Yentimi nya no man nya de emfa no to papa mfra. Lawyer over this is Galamsey on the black voter threatens livelihood on Buidam. We now no bo bujina upon the minister. I went to Bole Senior High. Even in those days, Galamsey. It's not born out of fact. No banter.
Me producer Chima you see so say. I quite remember MPP time. Operation Vanguard na sefo no nso to hohoro nso to ye man so bi nso na neti se kama wan ma ye kan wasam no afei nso de ja to eyeyi but bibi ba ane ya adwene nyanko so wonu se ye ko design ba opesi nso re so masa no so nso re
that's right
eti bre nso ne ye mpo se we a ye ho kire yen na se nso no enye ewe ebe ebe ya adwene nyanko ho
ya nwe da achi
Agya I mean lawyer prof said now okay yes. Say how many people can even afford a year drinking bottled water? To a minister the data to an imnasuko hino no be person making political capital. Exactly. You are just being sensitive to the plight of your people. Of a said Tibia, Kofi Ama Emmanuel Ama Kofi Obe
me and I'm too emotional. I remember Neti and the Biana many abrene say, me kumbi, Emma being kwa a resource. Then so nom kotu award Oduma Sene Portrase 2014 and na minya information nti dan omo community engagement mi ko bi na omo ye prospecting to motu amena nkitikiti bi amana no man cover so na mamu twitwa pictures ni nyina omo so ye ba reclaim asase ni nyina na fa ko si no mo kekan ya nti omo ye na me picture ne ko high table sam patcho omo hwe sa picture ni nyina na me say omo no picture no so fin for no say omo ye prospecting no mutu ye prospecting ketwa no pomo tumi akova so I didn't just say mu betutu ni nyina betumi akova so ana for over 1 year UTV ya be the news na me num so ni be direct from densu no mu na se fa kan Peace FM na me report na me de bia o ma tumi antu ganam se no am so ni tena se so na ne ti densu ni ti ya to 2023 say ko ayi community mining ko hwe na densu na ye o ko abere be ho nso ni kura ni hobio nti se yesi abeko paade a ese ne breni yako ene we yemra ya chira fi yehwe ebo wo kenka utie ayi attorney general press conference no ye
me tell but me should be later because that day na me is me my show live but okay. Me show excerpts okay. Of later
the opiemu na yate no for instance o can be about National Service Authority say ehon nkra no National Service Secretariat right yes ehon kwa nesika no NSS na o ma adwene say 78.2 million sorry na 580 something million
548 initially
na omo eye ho adwuma omo nti omo de kwadom de ba afei Auditor General de baya if 450 no 550 akwa do 2.2 billion
yeah
hey na ya hwe ba kun so ka de fa
buffer stock
now 10 minutes corruption
heja say fi galamsey do a you see galamsey issue no yerka yankada moti whether it is about your political party or not about political party. Let's say it the same way corruption. Because corruption is at the Mary Konsu is a gubokitim, na bokitin wetwe. Konsu den ampo on yamada. O sende obi okay baby a nsun obi for baby. Then no corruption ti. Nti se ko yenum krase na se hu de. Mbofa ma wonye mponche na onye nantwi wo onum nsu wo nsu bi ma. And also be wonder be say bi onyin said work hospital onya bed mo the foam and I say boko na school abafa ba onye go butler nti o de na akoko na o de to foam na o kyerɛw and also be wonder mofa ba wotire duase and I pata bi ase na busuan aze na nsuru to na o de wugon nyina wugon woko bi akofie say hu na maze nyinara effect of corruption there say there's no way this country should be poor. I'm telling you. It's only some politicians, I'm a Ghana why poor. There's no way. And there are 33 million people. Now, how can it be a 33 million a country of 33 million people? The second largest producer of cocoa in the world. The sixth largest producer of gold in the world. The fifth largest producer of manganese in the world. 11th largest producer of bauxite in the world.
Africa ha the 10th largest producer of salt in Africa out of 54 countries. Even coconut, you are the largest producer of coconut in Africa. And many other things. Bauxite diamond as in now. Yet we are poor. How can a nation be so rich and yet so poor? It's because some politicians, when they politics, you know, or a juma as you besema, let's say it we are ye as we bush ye. In so or your system ye create that to among Crawford. No what bar. Within a short time, Professor Beye Juma over 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. Nurse ni Beye Juma, teacher ni Beye Juma, 40 years. All could feel 3-bedroom can simple as man because of cost of living in our country. Don't make service simple for investment or for projects. And so these young men, some of them, young men and women, some of them will invest in 1 year, you may be other. Because they join a political party, within a short time, they are millionaires with mansions and cars. And why should we sit down for such system to go on in our country? And expect there, out of the same system, you know, we can develop. It's not possible. So, in fact, for the first time, and I'm speaking to the judiciary, let's make corruption very expensive. Yesterday, I was watching some on social media, and some American courts were giving, they were jailing people. Mm-hmm. Some of the sentences, you know, 4,700 years. Mm-hmm. Or some of them 250 years. Mm-hmm. And because if corruption is not expensive, any product that is not expensive is easy to buy. But any product that is expensive is difficult to buy. So if you make corruption expensive, when people want to engage in, they will think twice. Because you can go to jail for 50, 60 years. And because Kwesi men say yen owie sika no economy do no was no chen. Nti mu wie na me politician na mu nsuro because the system will protect me. That is what is killing this country. Then say gift or why no no onyi them is in our bounty. Even akukudu na che obinya. Look at the national service, look at the ghost names. What was shema? Sika oti the men just say okoyin nkrase okay juma oye na kwan ma accident okodo bebebe okofom no. Them young men and women here one woman na hin bia one year juma bia bebia politics wo biom keke. Look at Sika amount coming out. You see, look out the figures no. At the figures now. It's only in this country that we don't respect dollars. In fact, Americans respect their currency dollar more than Ghanaians. And Chibutu 97 million kutu now rage. $97 million they could now rage. We don't respect the dollars. We don't respect our currency. Inti damazi wa kodri abandon to one money. If there's one thing that I will credit this government for, it's aura. But I'm waiting there. Aura no obutumna wa achieve the results intended objective. There, young politicians be will take advantage of the system. That's a small time over bear politics. No, ubu or many sika. No, was actually one or Chinadi, one banging and imagine a while. I catch out there, Papa and Bobra. Because Papa don't hear before one bang, we're busy endo because sika we are in. I so much that 1 year in future they can survive. They only have to buy securities. They only have to buy bonds. And they can enjoy for the rest of their life. And now when I want you Juma genuine to the teachers, doctors, nurses, who come on was more man, one buy bread because one papa no win risk. This thing, and I'm saying this without apology, in Penyifusi, and now or Saya, or Shasifinity. Then you're back to know once again, you have to abandon with your president. Yes, or money to me in action and so money to person in action and so. Let's say Pecono or dead Jumano do. Madam as you could. Have you forgotten National Auditor General's report from 2018 to 2024? Ghana, you lose over 81 billion Ghana cedis. Osande, it didn't deal with Jumano do. They slept on the job. Now, actually, the Mazi or Kodo, the Mazi wa Kodo, and then say, Asha said, I can't answer ma. And the bishop, the very youth now, one future is being stolen by these politicians, you know, they will be out there defending and fighting for them. So sad that very people who are destroying your future by stealing from the system, you know, when the law catches up with them, then you, the young man, you know, you're on the street protesting, defending, and because who MPB are getting from a kindergarten student into what's doing could do there, also out there to defend criminals, people who are stealing from this country. In fact, I'm not here to talk about law. I'm here to talk about serious business here because criminals lawyer name acid because you are innocent until proven guilty.
But you know it already.
Yeah, I know it already. But you see, I know it. But I'm saying that say Ashe, if you don't mechi, we play bad game. Some of them wanna mechi, we play bad game, and that is one thing. And Akufo, you see, lawyer tina in break game and Akufo does buy one more money. We just there. No, intentional was LI 2462, which allowed people to enter our forest reserves. 2, plea bargain, because they knew. Is it the question that they knew they were stealing, and therefore at a point, if the law catches up with them, they can go back and say that we are 10 cities, maybe no 4 cities, or 6 cities, the jam, and he plea bargain, you know. As I may in my scale, we are in UK. I will. Kakawa and the punishment in Pomonko from Kakra. Attorney General Pocho, no plea bargain in these matters. Pocho, Nipokuno, we are sick and was some back in that now. Second, we are on the Mexican. On offense, home punitive interest rate. Often come area, man, 5 years to be on so man, 10 years and 15 years to be from. You see, that is how to make corruption expensive.
Nanche, China, man, we say, I will be. I quite say, one more. Adwuma mo ye no ye sa lottery bisane manema na leader no I am so ama corruption for $48 million also oni no woni na busua na ye say no papa no ni nuanom the warfase no na busua ka nyina o nyina mo sentence o nyina to death.
No. Coach, football coach engaged in bribery with jailing so many years. A former Greek minister, death sentence. The family came death sentence. That is how corruption is expensive. Now let me end.
Let me end here. You see, we're in this country. That's why I want Ghanaians to take politicians and see them, some of the politicians the way they are. We're in this country, Dr. Bawe Chende. Or there some Biaba. Abra was upon you know the digitalization a champion no. Offer economy now. Office safe haven okay since or declaration champion no also the app be about them app no ma ghost names into nkwado national service that app no came to stop ghost names. Hey, app about stop ghost names no 2.2 billion.
I'll stop what?
No app about stop ghost names no. Okay. Obaya app no buy. Ghost names, one may have call 2.2 billion because you were able to put in more ghosts. Okromukom Cape Coast, Okohasu Chanu Kunyana one in Samanfu. Okawodom Kunyana in Samanfu. Oko 37 military cemetery. Actually, go in Samanfu. Kumasi Tafu cemetery. Okinya one in out of the Shazemu. Masisa, you can say 2.2 billion. The same politician will come and tell you there, why the digitalization champion. Is that how to build a nation? The same person will come and tell you something again. You have to make sure that don't take it hook, line, and sinker.
Because we are not 15 minutes maybe now. We are starting 10 to and at 10:16.
And yet, one hour share time.
About 40 minutes.
Obi the message be about. Odikan can say Galam say now the excavators are coming into Ghana in parts. They say say
Ghana for him chrono hunyanza.
I want to ntom de ba no be assemble wa ha. San so na chamfa no mind pepepe. Na sika na oye so see the money they bring are printed and bring into Ghana. Well, and they meet to me today.
Well, some of these are very wild allegations.
And they to me. Now I'm gonna say a Nigerian girl I know staying in a UK one of who go dinebo. Is it Edgewell now? Edgewell, UK. I said the house she and her 3 siblings each has about 1.5 million pounds
Starched in the house?
Yes. And you know, I was their grandfather who was a Nigerian politician. Stole enough money until they can live without working for 500 years. As
for corruption.
Until my dream, I mean, I can't say that some na attorney general can no correct because we need buffer stock. Say no credit ya. Yeah, one man na supply in Niane Emma buffer stock no. My minute here late news. O soon say okopa bi so kofori anowo. Ode na ne dan a we see wa bresi no. Na ode kwaje bi se bank. E na ode enya ode to aduane bi koma buffer stock. Na buffer stock tua supplies ne ka. Nti edu ba bi na bank agi ni sika. Na agi ni fie no. Say na ode ko collateral. Nti bank agi. Ma me better here. Susa. National service personnel so do any enjoy maka a pay so for some months. No more demonstration akasa sana ya momu bi naka. It is a ye no kure say can wo ho. Ana yan friend to your mo. Is it not sheer wickedness? Senya no kure so a mamiti o sima. Okay.
Dunum. So about 10:20. So maybe 10:35. With the now you see, I'll say this on record. Yen MPP as a political party, yen so corruption, any catastrophe. We believe in accountability. Obefia, a MPP are buying, empuna a car say, a toda bi oha, corruption ne enyoma bi oha. And I'm say Attorney General, SIA Minister, our Baymunti, say a bankrophobia, aya ne ho senkai no akwa bibia ho nti the office of the special prosecutor enso bai nti MPP as a party any party yeso ketasese any proyeso we believe in accountability nti me magina ha enka say niesi no as a political party se ne ujafo na obi kotena baabi na yechi obi na ntisa we believe in accountability enunti na president kra office no okache obi say stay and face accountability. The problem right now attorney general ono na wa man yebu oya no pay metro yebu ye because of the press conference attorney general we as a party we are not saying we defend anybody or face but what's the attorney general and then yebu ye near attorney general na press conference any bo bet na ye wa condemn microphone sure we are attorney general you are both the attorney general and minister of justice.
Yeah.
What he's doing with his press conference now is an affront to the very office he occupies. And I'll tell you this. Agya Kwabena investigations it is audit. I just say we need audit. Yeah, the two in him, Agya Kwabena, and when he say 2 CDC I found him, then I walk out home. Now we also watch road here.
Yeah.
Sana investigation, criminal investigation, investigation caution statement. What road here? Oh, Mahmoud, phone ya okute yeseba ku bi na dan na de jakona tables. Oh, there be enya media manu ye ni. No watch road there. Ni nyina na de ka ho e de koye criminal prosecution. Now there in your press conference, obeso panipa no ne wo hu without letting the Ghanaian know say, oh this akwa do ni born no so say no kan. See, let me tell you something. Niemiya nipa oh yes sir as Attorney General. He's a very respected senior lawyer. I respect him so much. But what, Doc, you are trying to do is to open up the office, the revered office of the Attorney General to public ridicule and contempt. Because it is a basic tenet of law. Say, hear the other side. You conduct a press conference, say all these things, almost for 2 billion. Sisi ampodo onim ma bag mumpo sin sister ye morning show your friend say mo hey sister ye morning show kokoi boni din cheme afia bibi Attorney General timi kan on national TV so say obi was 16 last rebacks
61
what they Jacob na
investigation say me na obeden
oh yeah investigation be say obi say the crimes not 61 last rebacks na Attorney General and bag last reback no nim bag last reback if you do such a see wait if you do Jacob na
house of on adwuma no
that's the 2 minutes with the 2 minutes Jacob na who last reback abehu o to ma bag
minim
enti eba ne say na doctor team who say we luxury bag
team no mo yen
team ben na luxury bag you don't do that when you do that and we come in as a party to defend the integrity of the great party that must see your politics and as you defend your mom face we your investigation you have descend to the stance ultimately say obi o watch obono the corruption sika na toy who be stand baby this sika na toy NDP as a political party we are not saying say we are defending Hanan Edubuahin Gift Owari. We believe in accountability. We will never run away from accountability. But what the Attorney General is doing is what we believe that as Ghana for Agya Kwabena Atuobi. And if you say budget the Attorney General Canada, give your own caution statement, what can be? Can be. But what the Attorney General can edit on the press so and what better now do food. Near press and I say free Edubuahin. Free Gift Owari, free Hanan, free Obiano, Yaboma send you that. They have been guilty by the Attorney General who is supposed to prosecute them. And can buy a press conference in the papemu, na nyesa upesa ubunipano ascend you now we are the Porto Abra Untiena. Obakas oh,
no shasonti.
But UTB press conference not a response by Gift Owari and I said Dubai. But that is not what we do. Every investigation is like an audit. You get the response of the other people. So when you come to face Ghanaians and you are telling them what you have found, tell Ghanaians what they said in response to your findings. Please.
Doesn't work for me. It works for me.
Because Attorney General because what's in the Attorney General can give to but on investigation caution statement I'm on state he said no response and what the Attorney General is doing he's opening the office up to public ridicule and contempt because you see when you are conducting an investigation obey the responses back. Now, now say we have found that it is this, we have found that it is that. To be fair to Gifty, to be fair to Edubuahin, to be fair to Hanan, let Ghanaians understand, say, okay, and almost and make the documents available.
But they can also come out to say yes.
Oh, so you want them to come out?
They should come out to say yes. Hanan, for example, has come out to say
this. Attorney General, I want to say court correspondence. No, now I make charge sheet. No, we are interview someone, so then I'll come.
He's carrying us along.
Please.
No, it is responsibility.
Send your give Ghana.
No.
Ghana for. Let me tell you. You see, he's not only the Attorney General, he's Minister of Justice. He's the
and he knows the law. He knows the law.
He's the Minister of Attendance for every Ghanaian. Mami misao and with the press conference now why you know. What ma give you attendance? With the press conference now, why no? What am I doing attending?
No, as I pronounce any judgment on them.
No. I mean,
because if you go to the villages, the people are suffering because of some of these things.
Me free. Achim kusi. Enye kurokesi esa. Nipa elsofa. And me metna ha and defend the corruption. Me metna ha and kase ni obiaye no.
You are defending your party.
Me defend party. Me kase the posturing of the Attorney General is not good for democracy.
It's not an even in America, these things are done. These things are done in America.
Because specific cases, no. Obiang kase the briefing of the Attorney General is wrong. But when you want to brief the Ghanaian public about what some people have done, say Omo Wiesika, Magana for no soon who say Omo wanu yomu di anu yibai. Because nyoti yanti and then akwa around in I said obi was 61 luxury bags. Oh, we are talking about 61 luxury bags. Say impo yan fan say onipa krono afa sika. Then the chese sa sika ni bi no de kwato anyi sika foforo. But we see or the sika corruption sika kwato 61 luxury bags. Oya juma wo Louis Vuitton. Oya juma Louis Vuitton. Oya juma Versace.
What's now UK?
Oya juma Versace.
It's fan say bia.
Oh, be. I don't know me every yan kan. And obi here Bubuahin. Obi aye di. Mahmoud Kambio. Kambio. Obi aso
you've got done anything. You should do more of such
lifestyle.
Yes,
you share ebiaka uchi, bibliotie, bags how you use. Na you share. Ne ya de to wadwuma we ye ho a. Ne hu se wadwuma we ye no. And to me ma live that lifestyle. Omo to me
But baby Sammy, say Kwame Radio.
Omo to me sir.
So omo to me say baby sami. Say Kwame Radio. Ye hwe wa Fia Grace ba, wo ba me oni tro. Wo fa nom omo ni we. Nanso ye hwe wa nei, wo ba wo de Lamborghini, wo ba de sei. Me busia panimpo, e ba frame of chi bi ba frame atena ze Kwame. Eni o ma me hui, hyemi mu. Na maka se offer, eye no kre. Enkran na mete no, lo adwuma na me ye no. Makohia ma me binti ka na me de ba no mpo, e tore bia me kosere wo ma me ne ho. Na ono nsu ko kan o se o Kwame redu cars o de bei, aya anya ne di o kosere. Na me de betudwa se me 61 large bags so me fie na bi ye me na fofo dia na mo se me nkipia. Wo be dey hu.
Na wona for no o di that what you to large bag to make people.
Then tin na esa o di sa betudwa. You see
watch cry 1.4 million watch cry 1.4 million.
Enti ana no a boss watch no oni adofo. Ebi timi check dey get.
Do you not 1.4 million watch the man no.
Na so ho ka say me head. We come in but I say
Masha home.
Me you know yakana me my father is fancy. Enti Pocho fancy for no na we major no. Enti I always want to give them a get. Yes. Pocho yo because we major no.
Bernard.
I wanted to speak. Na me person me can say enye gift akowie sika. Enye we yakofa sika. Eye attorney general ni suna odi wono eno na ema de na political because o bo ma send dream abra wontie wo mo
can that be possible say attorney general NTA charge o se charge o the charge sheet na ba yo sanko ontie wo mo enu mo nsem ehunu say wo mo so mfa anoye bi anko ya anko betumi
enye no na meka me say o ka sa kire Ghana fo no omo nso ni omo ka kire wo no nkasa afa betudwa because na yesi ye because ni agent judgment na we say na attorney general kan say na gift lawyers nso kan because na for ye dia tutu nsani so ni hu say gift any paboni
but that will happen in court.
If that will happen in court, why does it say it emphatically no?
We dem chairman law mo kakra enti senior attorney general kan say da o ka so wan ye no kwampa so yi no gift ni wo mo ekeka kan no e wo ho kwa so mo press conference aka say
Obiara has a right to protect integrity. But if say you the gift name edubu ahin mo court na e ba say omukodi bima then I'll be can for attorney general now.
Oh, senior any emra no dikoye adwuma.
He painted the picture as if they are guilty already. But we all know the criminal dispensation Okromani say you are not guilty until proven guilty. Who proves it? Yes. A court.
Yeah.
Me you have me kakra won sem nyina ne ho ne say wa mani pebi ade subi anyway bi ahyomutrim afa sa individuals ho. Ene about here okoshia gift kran hold nsa bebo nini.
But see the facts coming out are very disturbing.
Have you listened to us?
Very disturbing.
Have you listened to us?
Prosecutor bia no or the obi court so mo nipa look guilty. Omo nipa no look guilty so nipa no why dey.
And that is why you go to court.
And nothing the prosecutor na control defend this onipa no guilty no we frame mu dey to na adwene mu no sa no kokko kan no nka to ndira meka so ade no mu ni
MPP as a political party ye ndi o machi o ye support corruption o ye point ni say de wo ye no enye enti ye betimi aka cho say enye because o party for nyina yo yodium eni say so afasiko so afasiko o ye Ghana ni sisian what put a certain hatred because of your press briefing for such people such that even their public appearance no are dangerous for their lives and they Ghana need to cut 2 billion cedis 2.2 yes ni pa ba ko pe na fa Ghana need cut 173 ni pa ba ko pe na fa o de be boni tremeko no ba una ye minister of attention enti anye omosa na mom ni obetimi aye ne say e kokota omuso anu ye no ni djumedi awoji as a court correspondence djumedi afa mu court correspondent your friend say you TV court we say Jacob me bisa kwa say ayi man na me no one age court correspondent your friend say enye
Philip
Atanga enye na djuma wo yes ye court no kwadubofo for ne say we this call pepe enye no bi na age abegina ho yi
na say the age no so na abegina ho say
because that information of their response I don't know for me to announce to be
then no to be their response na ba wo bra asam no ko
and be den so obesina be ka so me
say dia mahu nie enti dia mahu no na me ko gina so e de o makoko
na me chiro maka chiro say criminal prosecution ye nye ne sa e te say audit ubisa onipa ko say ye hu say we are say o say o either say me we and say me we my response ni enti me point ni say enye the press briefing no but what cast certain insinuation and certain picture in the minds of Ghanaians am Ghanaians akase say microphone dey drebe o me Ghana bro enti say am court na say o mu dibima then abesan be ka che Ghana fu enti wo ye press briefing no aka say ye hwehwemunye na so am so provide a response bi to say enti court na be che because
they have lawyers
eji unye court eji unye judge
they have lawyers
so ba be prosecute enti almost lawyers in that body
attorney general I am lawyer
yeah, public prosecution.
No.
The press briefing no can be about is it AJ Prampool and Prampool for
JJ so say no so who asem ababonte
JA Prampool or can say sika can see it here what drip machines no 176 million
yes
dollars and you could see $178 million this is $2 million be afa chiri chobo
won say omo ba abaka say clerical
eti omo na aba say saa sam na tonje na kan $2 million na da so no kan no eye bia mfumso bi erobi na ba bi na mana koba say enti no omo tuma be yomo ho ano enye the same thing na efa gifts ne omo ekeka kan
na say
efa omo say womo nyina so dasam kuru ya no yes obwa enye 178 no enye 2.2 billion bia say the kan kra no kra
and also say no hokra yo metias and also show say agent no so betimi dey figures anya no kra abetudwa say no dey AJ plant contest and also chere say ne o kan fa gift hu but omo na oma ye ne mra ne som ye o de na sem ba ko dan court o magina public of court opinion anya me point ni say you see AG position no see e kan we president any probably parliament free who it should be the most revered office in this country because it is for prosecutions and it is for justice.
Okay.
Ghana where there's freedom and then
justice. Me mouth 30 seconds.
And so Jimutu.
I told you na bobo sika no. What's no yemo shey o.
Me yama anshi me.
Okay me that.
That mami ultimate crucify me say mami na me reason. The time me can say me yama anshi me say because edako court near the
court to me dinner so me that say.
Mahmoud nyamo dey say
come on you.
Na ada you show motto say that.
De bia no.
Obi any holy friend bibi o. E attorney general conduct.
Kufuor ba ye na jeje wo mu disika wo jeja ban mu na corruption no sire mahama na wo disika Kufuor na ye me kai satam no krom say epic projects ahodo mo ye be ye ka kwan rest of from Accra to the northern part of the country baby I would travel some distance be a rest of wo medra didia ye bibia amo mo jihu sika no mo de call parliament dem mo mpo no sika no mo san kwese sika na anso SNGB ka ho enso 1 rest of kura wonya nsi ene ye de na mu a ene Kufuor de ene mahama no madisika ene 8 years ene the same cycle ni na mu a mo dada ye mo tete Ghana for where ye be kan no enye bia na ye be hu se de ye hu no dada de nyame dada na ai
ajade di kan mama ma trajectory kakra President Kufuor de
you will 24 minutes.
Some don't know no kafa Rollins amamu. And you remember how they said yen mo from the money free. You know reasons in tia President Kufuor yes say President Rollins yes and ka sebe na no cry and to President Kufuor num kopim say we free assassination. You know ni nyina mu no adanse ye papa bia ntimi amfiri mu amba onim kwan e fa so a ye de fast track court bu ntanchi ati ampenifo bi tsachachuchi kata no mo Monday ye kosan be ka kire yen say we should expunge from our legal records say owura tsachuchi kata ya amfano kura nyina mbra nim da talkless of say ebunufo for how Kufuor bi use to me edct a certain in plateau so a on the two nipa bi so President Mills by no his style was different because every before can say Rollins and pencil when go so this for say Kufuor pencil when go so President Kufuor Rollins Mills say let's start from a clean sheet then bwana zin wonzi nko dia kan ye bo ho ban docket ahodo a President Mills have to show it under the carpet. Just so we all start from a clean moral slate where corruption should be seen as a very bad social canker. And who say we manoni, we suffer, whatever. One way or the other. Prof. Mills and me 8 years, you know, as nature and God, divinity will have it. In 2016, and that is why Owura kasa no I said, who sinful fry ye in TV so we am one because once upon a time a young man who has not been to Dubai, UK or any European country or dance here say and yes President Mama we are gonna Koto mansion in Dubai, then he believed it and campaigned with it. Today a state official yedi esika amano yaman wakade se won koye hwehwemu fa nsem bi ho na in the form of an update or updated timamufo because that is what democracy is about. And the sani palu ya no won wade a then emame ti ase na megim nipa bi asem o mo ka se ya hwe ya da ye betu nya atwomade so no MPP party bi gu. I'm telling you. Because the double standard. No, Agya Kwabena into be man to us. Eso manetresan.
Say.
Eso
manetresan.
Da ye betu nya atwom ade so no.
Eso manetresan.
MPP amanyoko be.
Eso manetresan.
Because Agya eye dey na otimi ko gina TV. Na hunu so na be bisa ye wa na afo se dey na si.
Nsubo na mko hunu ye.
Enye wo mo na kwaka se Owura mahama wo mo jitum. So o manshi wa brochire. Na si bro no benzo. O disika na toye. Sasi kan woni afri amount wa na mu quote the campaign no na reference investigation ban na moye the same people today attorney general no ye to Agya anapan ye ka bi shemu homeda ropa wo sam fifire ko tempenten kwa nyina utu ato am ye di amanu akoye adwuma no ontias ye di enti attorney general no adwuma di awakoye no obre ho update na Owura bi kan say me de pa me chintumtum or say opacity in governance is the camouflage behind which corruption hides. When you open the books, thieves run away. Professor Lumumba. Enti adenti na ne de ye bi ebuku no. Mo pese bi ebuku no.
To be kaso mamu mu na mu bia o fa so bia no bia na kire say bia na
wo fa we bia we kura de wo wa turu bu bia de baako o bia ne baako pa na it brings us back to a conversation about declaration of assets and na ja wo ka no abna du twuma mrosamba mamudu kabore amete ha adwan to so ba me nkoba me ni bawade obi ani me fifiri at the end of the month the day ba no offer by virtue of the fact say ne Owura mahama nkunim dia Ghana fo do mu wura hye ne mu a oye mampaninti na o kina nko amaka afoafo so bisisi matire bisisi machi ebi gugu mfinchire na mintumi nkuta emisa me wase what was the living or the economic status of Hanan before he became a buffer stock penny to the extent say mansions tamale bronwa yese sikafo to onyina Hanan wo mansions ho
onso waje assembly waje nedi a
we acquired them within that short period
what be say Hanan kwan of us
asante say assembly wo ho ne ani hu dance a asem no abi it we try the dance here ma be say a very genuine question Hanan ye what bobrato somewhere 2018 say answer na President Kufuor unya na nimu animu adom sabre no na die na waye watermelon mountain so ni asasi so na between 20 abra wa appointment ba ne unfura bam no enye so ku de si wa bra bom na wo ti se boso me ye kekasi enyi a ade a wo se ye wa japade a wo wo no ampase wa wo secretary admitimo mo wanya na we ba give to worry eye 2023 ne wo no wa dina wo da dia 2023 what to a woda party be a krom ha ye mampani da ye so mampani in ye mampani so akra ye ntimi ye sa lavish yi kakraka sa da if to worry in 2023
and Okoye stadium
who party no ase a Agya Kwabena say UN Secretary General no 24 member
then na wo hunti a
say
man ye hu
hon kan ye nko what me say hu hon kan ye
social media
hon kan ye quote me trick kan ye ko nkura kan yira o da na say
ya obi asemba
bob no locomotive bob
sandali o so fun wa Agya ye tu family dey go daskele
the video is
now
out
we
there.
see you cheap
what ko birthday party na se kura wu ko fie no so do say ye kwa yi a no wo de wa bonsan ne ya ma face towel bibi nya cap if to wa de o dun de o ko fie
Debbie
yes de wa nya kura wo ko ye o ko bubu mu na ne no yima ne yesika kura e de to asase half plot wa atopa na okubi de say ko ko ba offer I don't know you ni poku to the extent say it took the John Dramani Mahama administration to pay NSS arrears to service personnel. Only be about yes, here man 719 Ghana cedis. You see here, yet 2.2 billion, 220 trillion. So as you can no pay UTV, mo feed the case mo anu mo case ma. That be any as you can become. Benefo kuma bi. Se ye ni sa sika no kura national service mu. Na ye say after our service ye nya adwuma ma ye creative voluntary space na mo amu nya adwuma no kwa ye sa hwebo a kimeti wa sa hwe the same 180,000 national service budget yet wa hwe mo afi bako without pushing people on the street to be hungry and to be frustrated. Enti me to ye dia kwa hwehwemu we na all this has been on earth now say me me kan kire me ke ko kan kire hwan madika aka kire say ebi wo na oni adanse a eye de na mo krofo a de bi gina mra ni bi a sha say o yesram yenko mfikire na nka ye pe bibi ma mo na munya asem na chidi
obi anyesa o Attorney lawyer be deny.
Attorney General boa me boa. Na utumi lawyer kura ne hwan na no lawyer.
We deal with AG lawyer.
Utumi lawyer ne hwan. Hwan na utumi lawyer because eduru ba bi yesi ba go se yenko ye friends and be condition yenko vary ba go se wo mpene. Se omumu hwan na utumi lawyer.
Attack and the appear could be.
And the appear.
Omumu no hwan na lawyer.
But na graphic
there. Una ye utumi ka sama fu bi.
And the appear could be.
Abrantia no wo de da kro ba ko petrol efie onya dan efie aduonu so 27 houses in a day. Wo wura hwan adubu ahe. And now we walk out to Grand lawyer Johnny. Offer.
No, say
way. Yes.
Oh, that's the problem. So
if this is what the MPP, if this is what the MPP will classify as political witch hunting, there, then so be it. Say, was say Mahama didn't nice form, no allow institutions to function. Now in discharging their duty, no. The year through my ho, the afan kwambone so, the akodi kotokuo boni mu, the nipa bia ya krofasa kana city kwa so afaye omo dia, the yo man dia da ne busu bi dia. Na ye betia mo my Ghana. Na mu MPP say, Muhammad Tata omo dia, enye saa di no ni abasobo, enye saa mrane no ye jifa. Because one of the cardinal issues are Ghana for we nipa dubia mu baye nsia gina so de to abama owura Mahama. What's the issue of aura? Say the obi afa no kwambone so no we will recover. Everything be ya say duba de na say dia na nye e behu o say
e ba say duba after court o ye discharge then abeka
e ba say duba here then
yeah court trial in Naija no
say then 27 ye dey ni na o discharge why they go discharge they go discharge na say
prof mama mna so wonim enkoba ye die nyina ya dwene nko baabi menim say adwuma bi ye bia no your auditors ai auditi ehwe say adwuma nkrofo yi ekosai awi say ye no kura de attorney general can say ye no kura auditors no mo eva auditing firms no mo eva
am say me da Agya Kwabena adwuma bia wo internal auditors
internal auditors
yes our external auditors my auditing pen our university auditing adwuma and yes we determine fraud na mom in looking at the books no na one we say abia ade we nsese nka wo ha we nsese nka wo ha anti for proof bra when you prove na corruption na yehwe aban a apa na aban abese ko nyina wo ka ho asema eso we ni medisika we ya say ebe hwema na ye ho hwehwete pansam ne nyina akotena se ne yanchi obia enti eye Ghana for say dada no a ye beka so mo discuss we ba no yenim say revolution e ba ye nyina ku e ba ye nyina was on corruption ebesi na no corruption ya na ye kese once ne ye wo ghost ebia ya wo ghost ye beko no ya kwasi sesika esu ghost names from GS to any other Ministry of Health obeheno ghost for gisika kra so mo theater ase menti ase and so you were a lot of digitized products I see ye dey share ama ni nyina akoso maka auditor general wasem e other TV stations eye binemu nipa sebia ye nyina ye adwen fa kwa na obi anu a odwen ebinemu efi se nkakasa no adoso nkrofo na ye nya evidence no ye mfa court na ye prosecute on because ene na Ghana for we se na minu akabore kan no se ora e failure senior domelovo kan se ora failure Ghana for be hugely disappointed the other thing that is esan say nipa timi hu obi a de ntia yaka se nye lifestyle auditing no utimu zo obi o ha omo bra bia onya adwuma oba bia owura politics within 8 years wenya no hu say tam so na just ono okoya okowi asika no sebe nyo no so koya adwuma wa nwi asika no efi so no mu ni munyansa into the expectations of our society no akorrupt nkrofo bi no ma watoto cars wa ye wa sisi adan bebre ono na wabobra enti nye okoya wa nwi asika no e wa pipi na no mo menka NDC kra ho ase e wa pipi na no MPP wo opposition say no ontimi kra contest as presidential candidate because they give 4.6 million and this ono kwa aban na wan fasika bia na ono anakatua no de ye okonya 4.6 million wa hen enti mo mianwen kwa sa ne tosu mienu adwuma we no eye evidence ho asem court adwuma na evidence ho asem America for we be a friend Patriot Act Patriot Act ni che say me kwase me kwajiska na me bagana na mso me hia $10,000 e dia bagana kukuru matina ho abe 4 hours ahadi anka wuduru wa 2 minutes na wo yasika eho an ye see manager away from no kono kodi nkobo manager away from sani nyina ne say ye hwe kwa me fa so amenya asa 10,000 beto my account nu adentie say Patriot Act ni say obi beji sika na do 10,000 report to my government esanse ebia na oji sika ndia ko support terrorists eyemra enti utu kwa na do report na wo 10,000 e sho ho a dollars ye beji usika no one declare ye beji afu nsam ye be confiscate esanse mra eyemra
ntwa no nanu ya IAD airport sesenka manyere mu kwa dum kwa heda
nanka
na wo ho
neska say aban na
agye so kra no ka dum kwa me dia ka
obi na dia soma
delegation so other people o ma me do airport ntem so
no musika show
e ka me ho
ne neso
oh no but
Agya Kwabena ko san kwan yo
eti mi America en akodu ni say se sika na awo ho sa na wa bumra so enti emra ena sese adwuma maka attorney general wa sem say na Ghana for pen in terms say se won ho akodi sika ye wo bi efe no low hanging fruits say dubu ahen wa di sika 7 million na gift your worry meka banks so your problem we ha gift your worry so sika ye kan ho asem nkwala babies 2,000 eye na banks etimi a clear account awon kwala 2,000 amane ye abroad wadi 97 if what we are hearing no say you no cry so university be ewo Eau ewo Wisconsin University of Wisconsin Eau Claire omo logo here the power of if a very powerful word say you no cry any your problem say a den na banks omo risk desk and omo compliance unit ni bibia etimi ma sa lose money 31 million near the for bank near the amount obi a yentimi musa ho questions because bank bia ni obey sa amount because your anti money laundering act your deposit tracking institutions act 2016 act 930 your anti money laundering act 2020 act 1044 ni nyina act no ye pre ye ho ye mra kama no si amfa nyejuma enti adentina miniot your lawyer identity yetimi ye mrasa na edru say de ye adwuma ye mfa nya adwuma aya na mepe ne lawyer for ne ye obia ye innocent until proven guilty enti say attorney general be kan no asem say wontumi wa be ye plea bargain awana and the appeal could be by and rametie no ono so be ka say they've never made any plea bargain anywhere court no I said that give mom ya no I put it to you obia try to punch a hole in the pakrono kan but ye narrow it down ma corruption yes we use public influence for private gain. Me PhD dissertation me no corruption me bagana parliament ha na me pese me hu be ko parliament be Africa ha then cross corruption wa Africa enti me mirror survey politicians were ha delegates were ha me hu ya ni say the expectations of the people corrupt the political leaders enti no yen as people na then they expect from your leaders in ho you expect say okwa abamu 4 years we be sidan na wa betoka okwa years ya pesa ona abu ye hwenso a wo boy ye invite you bibia nti sika ne ye free leaders ho anase nimdie ni nyansa ne ye free leaders unfortunately no sika ne ye free leaders nti leader no sika na ba wakopa ba esan say ne odi ba no eye nimdie ni nyansa na ye mpede a ene no amope no
obi nya dibre bi kura na say enya boni din man appointment na obonsa man fast start ebi obetina ebi a radio so TV so na ebi onye ho kwan na ye bibia na say even phone in crowd phone na answer me ko me you so no menchia onambo asomesi na me na baso say mampani ehunu na ma ne dibre na yi obo adwuma pa na so tiati
enti sana yen di ba yete hanti obo di no chiawa na won so waka no e wo botomti no wanga sa be politician no o ye job wanga sa no ye adwuma mani pa binum esan say ohu no bedidi a position no so be obi ni udi nkra bedidi o me do be ko no ho be ye say ama OS be ka say influence peddling and corruption. It is corruption. As I say, Agya Kwabena wo hu ye den. Na me ka kire kwa me say, me so me de kwa me. Me mo hu Agya Kwabena. Na ansa me mo hu no ji so ma me 10,000 Ghana cedis. O ma me 10,000 the next day bi na be gina wani ma. Me nye sa so OSP ankasa say enya corruption because eni ye bukum. And into the constitution e dey say am ye review no. Ye mfa sa ne ma we nyina nka say influence peddling and corruption. Ni amedi twatwo no ye say Hanan 78.3 million ayesika or transfer ye free buffer store ekogu private accounts na na yire otua no 5,000 ye 50 million busum bia na katua se eno odo mi nti se busum bia me abetua uka sa na attorney general eka the power of if so the power of if afa yenim sky train yenim national service yenim drip no ye say adiam equipment yes en ke ye tono 40,000 no okohwe documents mu a eye 84,000 and ya dollars so the 40,000 bia na ya double no de kakraka ho $84,000 na ya tono then the ultimate trade inflate prices me no ka say wukọ babia procurement for ye adwuma Ghana institution bia mu a say eye hand washing sanitizer kran ye koto na say 10 cedis a me atro 20 ye bu say ye won say adenti na ye yakromfo say ye nya ye fi say ye wi aban na aban no ne hwan
me ne wo
ye nya na ye aban ti ye nya ye hu ni ye wi na ye ntia say sa public service eye ana say wunya aban adwuma ye all over the world na eye ana because security checks are obeko me have background check and some ya ma public adwuma ye no enya sem ketwa I had you say be akonfo need omu dwiri katahye for kwa na nya kwan ewura leaders ni nkyɛn why I don't understand ya nya background check bia onipa de ba odi wachi na no na onam wachi gigi sika senkrofo ochi na oso enya hwe we de gya no nko na fe ye gya ma bo sen magu ya wo palugu ho asɛm ye nkae national lotteries ya wo wi-fi issue national ambulance ya wo Buankra port ya wo Sputnik V vaccines ya wo 8 land cases and so Sputnik Esa say Ghana for high expectations you know but yen say allegations ni nyina allegations enti say there your movie they have evidence they have dockets so ni team mo your docket enti docket ni mo asem no and o ka so obrifu Ghana for amount for say wo docket bibi afako court na court no decide na be yen say ya chi Mr A Mr B Madam C e de o matum na Ghana for akoma entom yen be san say ya bo o man no kro no ache I think say it's time say evidence we nyina no be court okuta docket ni say ne o kan dia yemfa court na court no decide say we sika na yesi wafa no eyampa because gift your wire ye kan no wan say me so court o so onye guilty
exactly
o say onye guilty yamani 10 million bail obetua because e bia no wo say sika no obetua sebe when me anka ye nya 10 million oni chigirafo bia wo busuam wo be ma 10 million ze fakfana kotua enti so obetua 10 million na onye guilty a court no yenim say na omudi wo masem omo emphasize kakra ma ye bisa say Ghana for patients e ya running out krono ni jure me kete sha adoso no na yese na say ya ampa dia the power of if and ye yemfa court na court ni ase na sankrofo no ye mom heavy sentences na emfa nye deterrent obi o pese okwa banko wi sika say ahade ya amadwuma no ya mokro no wo
watwere tie wo mama ama na me de na minimum say ye kan nyina no mpanyifo hwe etie na minimum ye hwe de besi akiri ana ya na mo hwe gusa bakabare eminati na wachiro say o kan say yi na I say me youth na ya ma ye pani man prekopesa omo kan wachiro na me so da bi anti sa na I say abakosam na minim enti na amana basa
when in fees
enti what dey ya bre na so enti yan fa 1 minute bi yan fa wrap up atoni je na kasen bi o say o shagana fo nyina bo say on pese obeko court na obedin kugu nti Ghana fo nya botrema no angada evidence mu odu anse na obeko a wako na nkwanko ba say okwa akokodifo o se nya botrema say se nya
yo se de nya botrema na so you see me case in ponyo attorney general the time will be taken na o ta hwe nsem no mu na mu asem na kudu court no obefo kono bi no lawyer tena ha wo total dama na case no wezi be 6 years for court 7 years for court e bo na e party aba power na was no le prosecute na asem no why na asem gingen Ghana ye butuma yen shambra criminal cases of certain nature no 6 months a yen claim fi
okay
6 months ya claim fi na say ya clear case no won so a ekofie say easy for so a na most of them brand us yen fa na ezayo I think there, say if we really want to be serious and fight political criminal cases, we should have a law. Our man criminal cases on travel beyond 6 months, because other than that, you know, these lawyers will find a way, and because of a political figure, they manipulate the system. Then the case cry. I said there, it will declare whether the person is whether innocent or guilty. You know, why one be 6, 7 years, 8 years? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Then it's a way of making corruption cheap, because I mean there's no deterrent. Okay. Because if I can run 8 years and still be enjoying my corrupt money, why would I stop stealing? You know, so these are some of the things that also
Ben or can attorney general can say me or say as some way there all kind of some way to abuse na bebre we chireba.
Okay.
We are much
as a political party. That is a new patriotic party. Some prosecutions here, Attorney General starting. You find 2 positive ways. First and foremost, one of the ways you the best sign it.
Okay.
So I'm Ghana for you say now you say into court the audio car. Na court chrim na say or the year 2 year. I dem you know the home. I am political party afa. A best sign it. And I say be so ama next generation on being appointments. In the end, MPP as a partner, so besha statement be out backing Obi and I say yes support Obi. Want to media na minya e kan ye kotina film na adino. Because of the detention na CD the mandatory 24 hours. It was not because they say Obi supporting want to me and I say unsupporting. In the end, as a political partner, prosecutions no is something that you need anything against it. Okay. Because you did say a best sign it. Now also oha nyame de nkwani adom bedom you obohu say e be sign it. Say and sign it in so ye de be hwe so na ye adachi bi e benya appointment ne so ye hu say ese ye nyoma ye. Nti ye de we are very much okay.
Prof, 1 minute.
When you have a busa, I say Ghana for betting me a train. na ɔtɛn hom deɛ ɛyɛ and so waiting it can be gain or loss sɛ yɛtwɛn ya na nkosi hwe a Ghana for bedwen san yaba mu bebu kura wɔ politics ho esan sɛ sɛnea MPP for 8 years ebi ani anye ho a over 2 million people ankoto aba no sɛ NDC nso efeli ɛwɔ prosecuting nkrofo a ɔmo ɛbɛ ɛfa yɛ sika de ɔmo nsa ne ɔmo nan ne ɔmo baabia ewia yɛ sika na yɛanya ɔmo hwe a Ghana for be disappointed nia mehu ɛyɛ yɛ youth a ɔmo brɛ ɛnɛ obi kura tɔn kwadu a na nsɛm metɔ kwadu a ɔmo de kamba ne yi na hyɛ saa enuaba no na afei kyese yɛ poison yɛ ho every obi epɛ kwan wɔfa so no so be survival ɛyɛ very dangerous system yɛ create no esan sɛ obi a ho kyere no nti ne ho kyere no so ɔpɛ kwan wɔfa so a obenya sika fi obi hɔ bɔfrɛ na abɛtɔ a ne hyɛ na pro gari na abɛtɔ a yɛ miamia we konkonu saa nti no ɛnyɛ ma obi a bɔkro no in his own way why we got here I don't know nti krono no mo mien hyase asofo wa adwumayɛ imams wa adwumayɛ ya maame no wa adwumayɛ ya papa yesa say the first teacher your parents mo mien hyase nka kyerɛ ya ma ne ya manom ka kyerɛ ya ma sɛ ye nwia abanya de ne mo ye ba ho ban esan sɛ instrumenti
asofo ka ho ne kabore sɛ Ghana for hwɛ mo papa mekai ne nkrofo bi din ko ho ba bi meti ho din aso mo kan sɛ omo nya hotuso kase bi e wa ndisi mu sɛ ndisi ba the perception of was MPP for e bokro no on be jeli nkrofo na sɛ ndisi fo nim na sɛ omo koye adedada no a 2028 on be kyerɛ omo pa kabore amanfo ni hwɛ mo pa wujafo sɛ e den a omo ho son na omo anya son po a omo de be sua bibi Ghana for hwɛ manimu 1 minute
because Obana did not see no or share boss obi de ba mo nkokwa mo nkotena fom bi na eno na boa ba justice process na flow here but Agya ye tum preko person to whom much is given much is expected
sure
creating that and bury your head in the sun like an ostrich and kase ewian toye no ya man kwanta be ire Ghana for you refi bosha e de ma Ghana for. And especially with regards to linking it to the resetting agenda. We are resetting every aspect of our life, including the very moral fabric. And then a boy and say, we a papa may we a bonnet matron who from. It is said, if it would take, say, a dipany be a bayer and send na holder or more marker who say, me, are quite ye win a real say, the matron who from. And by saying that doesn't mean former appointees alone. Yes, in 90 Mubabi, I would draw your shares and do one way every year. And maybe I die a former appointee be. Who are also by moon now. One ma pepper pay anya would de. One Martin Tenney anya would de. One more when you so 50 days on for so. Now, what the opposite would do, Kaka best say, Jadam. Ah, what the chrono best say, I'm a boy, Sam, Benny Mamadine. Also do anu nua no mko emu anu abi na bekom sanse Ghana brano eni ho mama no ku ba ko nipa ho ma Ghana fo nyina wo ye de ya enyina baba bo apaso wo ye de entene a brano bedi ne be support obi bia wo di mra nanim na woni wadi nyonyo ama o man na fa no to
na go de
ekwe na ye da Ghana fo ase ya da minister ene na pa fo nyina se si a ho machin ya ye hia wa ko from anko branso bonte no ho so team I have deploy sustain team and I'm a permanent team or more watch China for which here. There's a bank brand member to go and wow it means that permanent deployment in a
problem I want to say per se regional minister Ashanti regional minister yes or China and saying missionary be made a very bold statement there or no oba China or obe so kama or who quite break so kama na mombia meye onkaso mombia menye mine organa ha na mu no akwamofa so ye no na enye na China fo ni bi abagana mo ye illegal mine wachi nipa na wo so nkonkonko ye den ye prison go no mbeda mo
deportation cry na ese tua na ko
na mo de mo akode ye jeli na ari ye chi
Agya matese we dey hwehwe
anu nko ade ha
matese komo bi koso cabinet and especially on issues of foreign nationals omo do omo ho say
ye
tinetine animu ama ani ada ho
ye jeli wo sade amoye sade
and I'm also happy that the parliament addressing attorney general so a special court system and also be handle only galamsey issues
yeah content now who feature na mamu edu baby kwa Yemen obi fi Yemen
when you get ono na link ticket no who go the same yeah
eti asomna ni bi say some of these are me da say ebo me da say
o can say ye be hwe 63 MPs na o medical
no and some common here the dodo enti 63
ejabo major ono anoma
enye next time ye be kan one Ebubo Kwamedase, Bernardo Redu, Don Comedase, and Afi, Prof Enoch, Puku entry so Medase, Papa, Pamada producing team Nase, say, and pay, or more a free, sorry, and Romo Brepans, and almost a no more Tinako midnight. Some obey a United Showbiz, because that, could you find that? No matter minimum, no matter manajono. Bosa showbiz mo beda
are you saying that any moko fufura na
fa
any moko fufura na
and then we hu subject to we
aka fufura sami
anka ke ko nanka ewura bena su oh baby woni ma ewura bena ho woni ma ewura bena oh ye no ko ewura na wan fine pa enti ya de besia na ya da bo se munyi abre na mo hwe na mo na sub kakra bi na meka bi pese bi bisa question bi se ebobo benti na me bi bisa mu ye mfa ni se ebia wasuma me masuma team mienu monkom be person to bibi wakra ma me monko hwe tesen mo the report aba team masansuma another team monko hwe mo the report aba munya mo report aba fe me kokoto ade ne finally no me ni munyina akọ ne akokoto ne ade aba afa de ade ne bae a ade ne enye adwuma wan de bonus obo nsemi bo ba na eye bamba djuma kuomu na sasem na firi bo makoto mfidie aba mfidie ni nya djuma sika no so aka ba ko bi so ma ye no sika na kokodi ho ade no so ama sika no so aka boboba eba ye be hwe mo be defending medi e de Agya Kwabena ye ho ya doma da sene e be se hye da mo nyina ase ama mombo ene hwe
your rivers are and how green your forest is. I want same for my country. I have beautiful rivers and beautiful forests. However, we have gold in abundance, for which reason people come in, engage in illegal mining, they destroy our forests, they destroy our gold. What I want to use this platform to caution is that Ghana is open for partnership in exploring our mineral. Australia, they are there through Newmont. They have less environmental issues. South Africa, they are there through Anglo-Gold. They have less environmental issues. Unfortunately, in some cases, we arrest some of the Chinese nationals who collaborate with locals to do it illegally and spoil our water and spoil our forest. We are open. Anyone who wants to come to the country and do it legally, there are laws that will support their businesses and protect their investment. However, those who do it illegally have been motivated by the sight of your beautiful river and your beautiful forest to go and jealously protect my rivers in my region and for that matter my country and exactly the forest. Because I visited one of your forests which is very historic, just beside the Shaolin temple, very green, mountainous, beautiful. I want that for my country too. So it's one thing that I've also learned during this trip to Denjo City.